Yo.
Not
Welcome to
gonna
the
lie,
stream.
That Eurocentric version of the Champions League anthem, that's not hot.
Eh,
That's not
It's
hot.
all right. It's 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 all right. Listen, that's the only one that I could publish without being copyright.
There's a reason for that. There's a
Yeah,
reason for
yeah.
that.
I know. Big up, Couch. How you doing, my man?
What's up, man? You good?
You're good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Excellent.
Listen, I always start with the guys in the chat, but listen, Couch took over today, man. He took over. Listen, big up to Marine, first one in the chat today. So big up to you. Big up to Bogo. To Bogo, listen, I'm hoping your shirt has arrived. I know Steven's shirt arrived, but he hasn't yet sent me any footage. But I know he's received it, so I hope you receive yours pretty soon. George, big up to you. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. Ziyech, big topic today. Wissam, big up to you. Welcome to the stream. MDT, you are not connected yet. You got to reset. Loco Costa, hello to you. Big up to you. Boogeyman, welcome to the stream. Big up to you. Hope you're doing good.
Hello, guys. Hello, Couch.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me today.
No, the pleasure's all mine. Josh B, big up to you. Abdul, big up to you. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone who is in the chat. DJ Sav, wow. Long time no see, DJ. Hope you got time to come on today, mate. I hope you got time to come on today. Listen, guys. Match previews are gonna be of a premium on this channel for a little bit. Live match previews, because I've got a couple of changes happening over the next couple of weeks. So I may be able to do the Burnley match live preview. Maybe not. I'll have to wait and see. But there will be a couple of changes on the Blue Lounge in regards to streaming. So I'll give you more details once I have it, people. NB, big up. Mo, big up. Big up to everyone. Listen, we are going to be doing our match preview today for Chelsea Malmo Chelsea. However you wanna talk about it, you wanna phrase it. But before we talk about that, there's a couple of stories of interest regarding football today, and I want to give us a couple of minutes to just address some of them. The first one is the story of Antonio Conte going to Spurs. That is a topic that has been hitting Twitter quite intensely. Antonio Conte, you either love him or you hate him as a Chelsea fan, and because he was sacked, Sarri was brought in. A lot of people that like Conte did not like Sarri because of that. Sarri fans are anti-Conte. There's a lot of talk about that. I want to address the Conte story before we get into the Chelsea topics. And I want to know what Couch Critics' point of view and Boogeyman's point of view in regards to Conte going to Spurs. If that is a thing, and if that is a problem or not a problem, if it's just a man looking after his career and an opportunity has come up and he wants to take it. No harm, no foul. Yes, he was a Chelsea manager, but that was a job as well. So, what do you guys think about that? I'll start with Couch. Couch, what's your thoughts on Conte going to Spurs? It should have happened in the next few hours.
Yeah, I don't really hold on to managers the same way I used to, like this whole loyalty thing. Because after Jose went to the Spurs, all bets were off. So it doesn't really matter to me. I think Conte is a fantastic manager, easily one of the best thinkers in the game today. But having said that, like the Spurs, they look like a joke right now. Are you kidding me? Like in the summer, they could have brought him in. Yeah. He would have had that squad playing, the Conte style of football. They would have all bought in, and it probably would have been a much better position now. Probably even challenging for that top four spot. Not that they aren't now, but you know what I mean. And now they're going to go spend £20 million to bring him in for 18 months. Like, word? Like that's what's going on up at White Fort Lane? Like, really? That's what's supposed to be considered hot up there? It's crazy. And then on top of that, you know how Conte works. He's not going to be – he needs a workman-like squad. You think that squad that they have assembled there right now is workman-like? I don't. He's going to have to bring in the Condrevas and the Bonucci's and, like, Vidal and, like, all these guys again for, like, crazy money. And, it's just poor planning on their part. Like, they really shouldn't be – they really should have brought him in the summer and planned accordingly. This idea of, we don't, like – I think the problem was his staff too. They didn't want to pay him for his staff because he wanted to bring in 9 people that that he normally works with that train the staff, get the squad, to the fitness levels that he needs them to be in to contend. And I don't know if that's going to happen now. Midway through the season, they're not going to be able to get that Conte fitness levels up. They're just not, right? So what happens at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
Miss top 4, he loses interest. They pay him out again another £20 million. I don't know. It's a mess.
I mean, like you said, I think it would have been a good deal for them at the start of the season. I mean, I think we would not have seen the big hurricane mess that we saw because had Conte have been tasked with that role, had they have given Conte the promises and the demands that he had put on the table, then it would have been a different situation for Tottenham. But obviously they wanted to go down a cheaper route, and now they get it's going to cost them probably twice as much to have him. I'm gonna go to Boogeyman, but before I go to Boogeyman, I want to say hello to Eric, Bobby, and Max. How you guys doing?
Yeah, how you guys doing? We're doing fine.
Brilliant,
hey Mo.
Brilliant. Welcome to the stream. I thought we'd talk about Conte before we get into our match preview. Since it's been a hot topic on social media today, so I thought we'll give it a couple of minutes before we'll jump in. Boogeyman, Conte, former Chelsea boss, manager, coach, trainer. He's going to Spurs. Is that a betrayal? Is that just a man doing a job, earning a paycheck?
I think it's more a man trying to get more million into his bank account than doing anything. Because Conte and the Spurs, I don't think they match at all. So who is going to sign? Levy is not going to spend money. That's for sure. So I can guarantee you, the Conte going to spend. He's going to play like 7 at the back, 5 at the back. They're not gonna win anything. That's for sure. So I don't worry. And I've never after the first the league that we won under Conte. After that, the chaotic situation that was at Chelsea. I didn't like Conte at all, and I don't mind Conte going anywhere else. I don't care. If he wants, he can give us.
You're not a fan?
No, I'm not a fan. Seriously, I'm not a fan of Conte at all. So if he doesn't mind, we can switch Lukaku and Harry Kane. I'm happy. And he's the one telling us. He's the one telling us how to use. He's the one telling us how to use Lukaku. Now he has a chance. He can take it and give us Hurricane. I don't rate him at all. I don't rate him. Okay.
I like the thinking. I like the thinking there, man. I like the thinking there. To be fair, I don't think a lot of people will disagree with you. To be fair.
Listen. Hi guys, sorry, I was on a.
Hi Max.
When you were introducing me, someone just rang me. So
hello Max.
No worries, Max.
Yeah, hi,
welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Max,
thank you. I've been on for a few days.
It's your turn. So I'll give you the mic. But before I give you the mic, I want to say big up to MDT. MDT, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hi mate.
Big up to you, Mo.
Yeah, as far as Conte goes, he's a good coach. Don't get me wrong, he is a good coach. What he done with us in that
Max,
first season.
Hold on. Is he hustling Spurs?
You know what? That's the first thing what came to my mind, because I was thinking, hold on a minute, he didn't want the Spurs job at the beginning of the season. Manchester United job's coming, but Ollie's still, after that win, is he trying, because when you think about it, he came to London in the morning. He hasn't signed that contract yet. So he's probably saying, United, I'm here. Come and get me. Come. I'm waiting. So if he hasn't signed it by tonight, then I think he's probably seen if United react. If they don't, then he'll probably sign it in the morning. One of the reasons I think, joking aside, one of the reasons I think he didn't sign it before, because he wasn't sure about the Kane situation, was he? Because Harry Kane was at a point probably going to be leaving, but he did. The fact that he hasn't left now, he thinks probably I can come in. I've got Kane, I've got Son, so maybe I can do something with these guys. I agree with what some of the guys. I can't remember who said earlier. Was it you, Bigger Man? I don't usually agree with a lot of things with Bigger Man, but Bigger Man got it spot on when he said about he needs time to implement his style. Okay, at Chelsea, the reason why we won the league when in that first season that he came was because we didn't have Champions League football. He was able to implement his style because we had no European football. So on the training ground for 6, 7 days a week, he can go and he can drill in his methods to the Chelsea team. Yeah, and that's why I think we won the league that season. Him and Levy, I'm sorry, it was Halloween yesterday, but that's a match made in hell. Okay, because you just know what's going to happen. Because Levy doesn't like to spend a lot of money. He likes his club to back him with buys. Obviously, we know that when he was at Chelsea, we wanted was it Van Dijk? We wanted Van Dijk. We couldn't get him. We wanted Lukaku as well. And then he started to sulk, just like he did at Juventus when he didn't get the players he wanted. Yeah. So and then he started to throw his toys in the air. So this year, if Levy doesn't back him by getting in Victor Moses, Ashley Young, who else? What other old players does he like? Mertens.
I'm telling you, man, Kendreva.
What's his name? The Belgian midfielder.
Oh,
Nangolan. Nangolan, that's it. Nangolan, yeah.
Nangolan,
yeah. That's it. If they don't get those players for him, he's probably going to be throwing his toys up in the air.
Listen, they can start by giving us a part exchange with Harry Kane and Lukaku. We'll do that. Yeah, Boogeyman. Now, you know what? I think they will need to spend. And that is the problem for Spurs. Spurs do not like to spend. So maybe he can start by selling a couple of players and then bringing in a couple of players. But I think Conte has a set style. We all know the Conte style. And for him to implement it, he is going to have to chop and change that Spurs team. But to be fair, one thing that will be a fact. Conte is a winner. Yeah. Conte does win trophies. And if Conte cannot win a trophy with Tottenham, then that is it. I'm sorry, but that is it. That is it.
No.
I mean, this for me is they are now getting an elite coach. Like him or dislike him, Conte is one of the top coaches in world football today. Whether you like him or you dislike him, that's neither here nor there. His record shows that he is one of the best coaches in football. And if you can't win a trophy with one of the best coaches in football, and by the way, they could have won a trophy under Mourinho, but they sacked him just before he was about to give him the first trophy in a long, long time. They sacked him, so they're scared to win trophies by the looks of things. So if Conte can't win a trophy for Tottenham, then nobody can. I'm gonna go to Bobby, and guys, we're just gonna give this topic a little bit of time. The main topic of this stream is the match preview, but I thought I'll give each one of you guys a couple of minutes to give me your thoughts. We'll go to Bobby. Bobby, welcome to the stream. Before we say welcome to the stream to Bobby, welcome to the stream, DJ Sav. I'll get Bobby to give us his thoughts. Big up to you, DJ. It's been a while. It's been a while, mate.
Yeah, mate. So I've been on for a while. Big up. How you guys all doing? You're good.
We're good, mate.
Good.
I've just been helping my brother because he just moved home, and I've just been helping him the last couple of weekends. Just sorting out his place and stuff like that. So, yeah, obviously, I've not had a chance to jump on as much as I'd like to, but yeah, I'm glad to be back on again.
Glad to have you back. And also, Max, hope you're feeling better because I know you were ill for a little while, Max. Hope you're good.
Yeah. It's all good now. Thanks.
All right, brilliant. Bobby, let's hear it, mate. Conte.
Yeah. Do you know what? Spurs are the most pathetic. Most
Sorry,
abject.
Bobby. I didn't hear that. Say that again. I didn't hear it. What did you say?
Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs Football Club.
Bobby, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear you, mate. I can't hear you.
Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs Football Club, Northeast London.
Now I get you.
The most pathetic. Just honestly, I can't stand that club. Talk about wannabe Chelsea. That's what I call them, wannabes. They everything we do, they got to try and copy it. Why? Because they have no personality, they have no ideas, they can't do anything on their own, and that's why they'll continue to fail. They can have Conte, I'm not even thinking about Conte, to be honest. But the thing that irks me so much is how they just want to go lock, step in barrel with Chelsea. Like, I don't know if any of you have that younger brother growing up that used to really irritate you, because if you did something, he would want to do it. If you went out somewhere, he'd want to go. And at that age, that is perhaps one of the most, you just want to crack him. That is what Spurs are to Chelsea. They are, I can't stand that.
It started with Jimmy Greaves, didn't it? Way back in the day.
They're pathetic. Pathetic. Honestly. What is this? I mean, really? Yeah, nah. That's all I've got to say. I just can't stand them. I can't stand them. And this is going to fail just like everything else. Why? Because you can't duplicate people. You've got to be yourself. And only by being yourself will you forage ahead. You want to copy somebody else, it will never, ever be the same.
You make a good point there, because the thing is, they've got no direction, have they? Because first of all, they brought in Jose Mourinho to play with the team that Pochettino had was an attack-minded team. So what they brought in a pragmatic coach with all these attack-minded players. You can see how the players were getting frustrated. As I said, when Jose's winning, it's fine. But when things go pear-shaped and the players not playing the football that they want to play, then that's what you can see that the body language. Then they brought in another pragmatic coach in what's his name, Nuno, and that didn't work. So what they do? They've gone for another pragmatic coach.
Can I just say one last thing about them? Then I'll start.
Go on, Bobby.
You see, they're really going to implode. They've kept a player that begged them to leave, and you can see it in his body language and everything. So they want to get a manager that they begged to come, to beg a player to. The whole thing is just a recipe for one god awful mess. And I'll just sit down. This is the first club.
Can't say I'm not going to enjoy watching it though.
Oh, I'm gonna love it, because I can't stand them. I hate people that cannot be themselves, and Spurs is one big club that can't be itself.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Oli played it right, because by beating them, he got Nuno sacked, and they're hiring Conte, so he's kind of made his position at Arsenal a little bit more tighter and a bit more secure, which in the end is also good for us, because if Oli's at the wheel, it can't be too bad for Chelsea. I'll go to trust the process. Yeah, that's it. Trust the process. Eric Blue, man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Let me hear your thoughts on this, mate.
Yeah, before I get into this whole Conte thing, I just wanted to respond to Boogeyman, because the way Harry Kane is playing right now, I don't want him anywhere near Chelsea. I'm sorry.
But that's not Harry Kane, though, man. That's not Harry Kane. That's Harry Kane with a chip on his shoulder. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have a job. You
can't take that comment seriously, though. He's just.
I know
you what Bobby say about Harry Kane.
I'm taking it seriously from Boogeyman.
That's a player that begged to leave.
When Boogeyman's
so maybe
involved,
that player that begged to leave, that player at Chelsea will be a different one.
No. Look, something else as well about
Lukaku's involved with this in a statement by Boogeyman. You got to take it seriously. Go on, Eric.
just to add to what I was saying before. Something else about Harry Kane. Do you really think he would press the way he wants? You know, the way Timo Werner does, the way Timo Werner runs around the place. Do you think Harry Kane can do that?
Yeah, I don't want to go into the
Eric,
I don't think
he's not even our player. So let that rest.
Hold on, Eric. I'm not in. To be honest, I'm not an advocate of this whole thing, but Harry Kane, take him out of Spurs, and you got a world class striker there. Harry Kane, when he believes that he's in a club that's going to go and win trophies and win titles, at his age, at his point in his career, he's going to be playing out of his skin because he wants that trophy, that medal, that winner, that title.
Yeah.
He wants that because his time is running out.
I've gone on a slight tangent. I'm deviating a little bit, but just to talk about this Harry Kane thing, because not everybody thinks he's world class. A lot of people think he's not because they say he doesn't turn up in the.
Today he's not.
I'm not saying based on now. I'm saying even at his best, when he was at his best, people think he's never been world class because he never he never won any trophies with any team he's had.
Sure.
He never dragged Spurs to a trophy. He never turned up in the biggest moments. He never turned up in the biggest, every final he's been in, he hasn't turned up. So
but Messi and Ronaldo combined couldn't lead Tottenham to a trophy. Come on.
But yeah, people don't. I don't know. I keep saying it's a very big factor. It's fair enough, but people don't even think about it too much. And they also add the international thing as well. So that's why some people say no, he's actually not world class because he hasn't really done it in the biggest moments. But obviously,
don't forget on international level is your Gareth Southgate managing him, so it's not really.
You don't raise fault, is it? You don't raise Southgate. Yeah. Okay. So moving back to the main point, the main topic. Yeah. Look, I'm surprised. I have to say, I'm very surprised. I'm even more surprised than I was when Mourinho joined the Spurs because it just doesn't fit. It's not the right fit. Conte usually would never join a club like that, without assurances of what exactly he'll be able to do. He needs the money to spend. There's certain things that he usually wants. So my only assumption is that he's going for the money. That's what I think is the main reason he's joining them, because it doesn't make any other sense. It doesn't make any sense, for any other reason why he would go there. So, and then something else I want to say is I think Daniel Levy doesn't understand. I don't think he understands football. He makes very questionable decisions. I don't understand what he's doing, and it's very interesting.
That's actually I agree with you. I just don't understand the guy, man.
To be fair, I'm actually I'm not surprised that Levy is approaching Conte again. I'm not surprised at that because he's right now he's dug himself a hole and he's trying to get out of it. So from Levy's perspective, I can see why he's going for Conte. But why is Conte accepting? Because Conte has a lot of options coming up. Money talks. Yeah.
No, but one thing that is it Levy? Because remember that they got that director of football who used to work with Conte under at Juventus. Yeah. So maybe he's had a big part in the decision.
Maybe he has, and that's one of the best. That's one of the better decisions he's actually made. Getting what's his name, Paratici, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the better decisions he's made. I can't think of too many times he's actually made a right footballing decision. But back to Conte, I think Chelsea fans who are angry with Conte because of his move, I don't know. Maybe you haven't been paying attention. You don't know who Conte is because he's a CV manager. He doesn't have any loyalties. It's about him. It's about his CV. It's about how he.
It's a job.
It's a job. So I don't really understand why people are upset that Conte. The only reason I'm upset is because maybe he'll make Spurs a better team. But I'm not upset because he's going for Spurs, and we know that Chelsea and Spurs are not in.
Eric. Spurs being a better team still leaves them as a bad team. So even if they're better than what they are now, they're still a bad team. Boogeyman, okay. I'm not gonna let you come in because I want to give everybody a chance to talk about their point of view. Then I'll open it for 10 minutes and then we'll go to the preview. So, Eric, you're done? Can I move to
I'm
to
done.
Mo?
I'm done.
Yeah, you're done. All right, brilliant. Before I go to Mo, I want to say hello to Kasim. Kasim, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
I am all
Big up,
thanks for
Kasim.
having me. I appreciate that. How's everyone?
Pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah, big up, Kasim. How you doing, bro? You all right?
Everyone's good. Everyone's good.
I found it. Thank you.
Mo, let me hear your thoughts on Conte, mate.
Good evening, Mo. Good evening, everyone. Max, nice to have you back. And
Evening, man. How you doing, bro? You all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Boogeyman, stop the Lukaku slander. Harry Kane has been terrible for England and Tottenham for the past 18 months. Stop it. Okay. What was I going to say? Antonio Conte is crazy because when I look at it, Tottenham will never give him the players that he will need to succeed because he wants two types of players. Players that want that have something to prove, like being chip on their shoulder, and he wants like his type of players as well. And both players, they don't bring that value. They might win you a cup or league, but they don't have resale value. And Levy will never ever, he's an accountant. He deals with numbers. He will never ever buy players that don't have resale value. So this is the craziest thing I've ever seen happen. Because there's no way Levy will give Conte players that have point to prove, but they don't have resale value. There's no way. And Conte will not coach this team, especially, to be honest, he will not coach this Tottenham team. I don't see it working. So for me, I don't see it working. I think that is Levy just want the fans to be happy because Tottenham fans are in uproar. So he think him bringing Conte will buy him time. So I believe that's all. And Conte as well just see a way. If he can do a good job at Tottenham, even a semi-good job, that's a way for him to come back into Premier League or another job. Because in Italy right now, he's not going to go to AC Milan. They don't have the money to give him. He's not going to go back to Juventus because he's burned the bridges. Juventus is one of the richest clubs. Their owner, the Agnelli family, is the majority owner. They're one of the richest people in the world. So, but then they're not going to give him the money he wants. So he's not going to go back to Inter. So I believe he took this Tottenham job because of, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not mad at him. I mean, somebody need a job. That's his way of life. So I'm not mad at him. And I'm grateful for what he did for Chelsea because he won us a league and an FA Cup. So I'm not mad anyway. But Tottenham, I don't even think about Tottenham because not that I dislike them. That's normal. But I don't think about them. I don't know why. They're not rival. Not rival. I don't think about it. If they want, they can go and bring Mourinho as assistant to Conte, and then bring who else? They can bring all of them, even Ruud Gullit, and put them Vialli, Di Matteo, Frank Lampard. Let them employ all of them. I'm not worried about that. That's my take.
If they do that, give it a couple of years, and all you see is dust in that stadium.
Probably need someone more like. I think Ian Porterfield would be a better fit. Remember him?
I don't even know who that is.
I remember him.
He was the manager before Glenn Hoddle. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you had Bobby Campbell as well before that.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't go that far back, man. I'm Glenn Hoddle, Vialli, and then I would Hullet, and then Vialli, Ranieri, and then man there. Let's go to DJ Sav. DJ Sav, let me hear your thoughts, mate.
Yeah, mate. What can I say? It's Tottenham, innit? This is Tottenham. They just seem to want to follow our footprint, as we've just said here. That it doesn't matter who they bring in. It's going to be the same old situation with Tottenham, innit? Same old sad scenario it's going to be for them. I think it was Max I heard earlier on saying about our old players, Victor Moses. God, mate, that's come back to the trade. Imagine bringing him to Tottenham, flipping heck. But now, look,
Young doing as well.
Yeah, actually, another one. Look, on a serious, on it all, mate. Now, as you said, jokes aside, mate. Now, look, Conte going to Tottenham, is it going to be good? As I said, I think he wanted the United job personally, but he knew United didn't want him, so he's still hasn't signed that contract yet. So You never know. United could still come in for him if he doesn't decide to go, if he doesn't sign that Tottenham deal. But now, if he does go to Tottenham, well, all I say to him is, look, I'm not worried about it at all. I say good luck to him. It's not going to worry me. It's not going to be anything to do as they're nowhere near our levels, as Bobby's alluded to as well. So whatever happens in that football club, mate, it's they've got some good players in that team. Yes, some will get into the Chelsea team maybe. When obviously a great Harry Kane scoring goals obviously would get into that Chelsea team, Son possibly, but other than that, I can't really think of many others that would possibly maybe let Reguilon. Even he didn't get a look in the other day, but other than that, it's what it is. Tottenham is what Tottenham is, mate. And as what's his name said, MDT says he's more of an accountant. Daniel Levy is, and just there to please the Spurs fans, and I think that's all it comes down to. But I still don't think it's going to make any change to their performance in this. It might take them up the table a little bit, but that's it. Nothing more than that.
Yeah, I mean they'll be looking to try to get into Europe next season.
Yeah.
Possibly a Champions League spot. They'll be competing for that fourth spot with Man United. So, we'll see how that pans out for them. Before I go and ask Kasim for his point of view, guys, we have 2 targets today. We have 2 targets. The first target is to get 100 likes on the stream, and we're over halfway there. We've got 55 likes already,
wow.
So that's brilliant. So we need another 45 of those. So if you haven't hit that like button, hit it. Let's get to the 100 like target. And then the second target is I want to get to 8,200 subscribers by the end of the stream. We are 16 subscribers away from that target. So 16 subscribers and we get to 8,200. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you watch my content regularly, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. I know a lot of you guys are watching because you're getting it on your timeline, but you're not actually subscribed to the channel. It only takes you a couple of seconds and it would mean a lot to me. 60% of my viewers are not subscribed. So do us that favor and hit that subscribe button. It would mean a ton. It would mean a ton. All right, Kasim. You're the last one to have your say on this Conte situation. So let me hear your thoughts on Conte being the new Spurs manager.
Well, I think it's bad news for Man United and Arsenal, really. I disagree with most what I say. I think he's going to do very well for Tottenham. If you look at it, Tottenham is only 5-6 points from fourth place. Only needs 3-4 winning in a row, and he's in top 4. Conte is going to win him a trophy as well. And what I don't forget about Conte is, right, he likes hard work player, and he makes him stop. And he goes at Reguilon, he can play 5 in the back. He goes so the counter attack, and he goes the Brazilian lad, Mola. And
Kasim, your audio is very unclean, unclear. I can barely hear you, breaking up.
My internet. I get it now.
Yeah. I can hear you, just it's cutting up.
Yeah, my internet is not great. So yeah, I can try just 1 second. Yeah, can you hear me now clearly?
I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, so I think he's got a very good player. That's all what we just need 2-3 players. He will the coaching system. I think he will finish top 4.
I think Kasim have your YouTube on at the background. Can you turn off your? Can you close your YouTube inside your phone? Like your YouTube is running at the same time.
I think I got what he said. Basically, they need 3 or 4 players to be better than they are now, and Conte can play a back 5 with Reguilon and the Brazilian player Emerson.
I disagree.
I just want wait, Max. I want to know how you managed to hear that. I didn't get any of that. How did you hear him?
I heard
me.
I
heard it.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it was bad. It was bad, the audio. But
yeah, right. So I was saying it. Yeah. I tell you what, I come out and I come back.
No, you're better now. You're better. You sound better now.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. All good, mate.
All right. Okay.
Because the point that he was making about.
Sorry, Max. 1 second. Guys, we have 10 to 15 minutes open discussion on the Conte situation. When Kasim comes back in, I'll let him continue. But The floor is open to everyone. Continue, Max.
Yeah, and I said the point he made, Reguilon, yes, because Reguilon, he'll fit the wing back like a glove because he's very good at going forward. He's better at going forward than he's defending, actually. But the Brazilian Emerson Royal, I can't see him fitting into that. He's not an up and down type of wingman. He'll probably be more likely to use somebody like a Lucas Moura or Bergwijn as a wingback. Yeah.
Lucas Moura, Son.
Kasim,
I think.
Finish off your point, Kasim. Let me hear it.
Yeah. So, well, he's got that Reguilon. He can play wing back, and he got and use that guy. I forgot his name. He's just signed from Barcelona.
Emerson Royal.
Yeah, and I tell you, Tottenham actually they got a very, very good player. Is underrated. Højbjerg. I take him at Chelsea. I think he's a very, very good player. Højbjerg. Okay.
It's good.
That's my opinion, guys.
The midfielder.
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg. Yeah.
Who does he replace?
He's a midfielder.
He's not good. He's good, but not good enough for Chelsea. He won't get into Chelsea. So.
Okay.
He's not taking a Kovačić or Conte or Jorginho.
Okay. He's an ex Bayern Munich player. I think he's a very good player, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So I think he's got. I tell you what, it's bad news for Arsenal and Man United. I think Conte is going to finish top 4. I do. And if he signed for Tottenham, that's telling me one thing. Levy for Tottenham, whatever he asked for, he would give him. Otherwise, he won't sign the contract. So it will tell him, I need 2, 3, 4 players to make you top 4, for example. And when you have trophy, you go to do X, Y, and Z, and he will do that for him. Otherwise, Conte will sign the contract. That's why I'm saying it's bad news for Man United.
Listen, don't trust Levy. He said to Kane that he can go if he signed a 5-year contract. But then, did he honour that? No, he didn't. So that's why that's the right.
No. Conte is different, mate. Conte is different.
When Conte,
Boogeyman, go on.
When Conte win us the league, was Liverpool and Manchester City that strong?
Yeah, of course they were.
Yeah.
Were they that strong? Okay.
Liverpool was.
Liverpool were. Liverpool
were weaker.
Liverpool were weak.
What happened was, he was playing back 4 when Chelsea was there.
No. What I was going with
And after that, we lost to Arsenal 3-0, and he switched it to the back 5, and we won every game since and won the league.
No, they're not every game since. We lost 13 games. We won 13 in a row, then we lost.
We won 13 in a row.
We lost to Tottenham 2-0 away. Dali Ali.
Yeah. The reason why I'm saying that is whoever Conte is going to sign at Tottenham, I don't think he's going to get the best on the market because Levy will limit the budget. And at the same time, we still have Manchester City, Liverpool, and us there. So I don't think Conte is going, and Conte only have 18 months contract. He's not coming and win the league next year. This year, it's not possible, that's for sure. But next year, I don't think he will win it.
Boogeyman, come on, man. I disagree with you. Boogeyman, listen, mate.
Wait. Cassie, wait. Okay. Couch.
Sorry.
All good. I just think the reason why Chelsea were so good under Conte in that 2016 season, 2016-2017 season, whichever it was, it's because we were the fittest squad. We trained so hard in the off season under Conte. Like, he had us running all sorts, even during the season. And we were the fit. And again, even like Max said, like, we weren't playing in any of the European competitions. Yep. So we had the whole week to plan and prepare for whichever teams that were coming in. And that's a factor. Like, you look at our team that year and the year after, where we were so fit, and then the next year where we weren't, completely different. Conte needs a fit squad, and you don't get a fit squad when you come in midway through the season. So I don't think they're going to be a threat this year. If they stay in, he gets into the summer. If he gets into the summer, maybe, I don't know. Like that, he's got a lot of work to do. If that's the case, as far as I'm concerned. But
I'm more concerned about next year.
If next year he gets the players that he wants in,
he's not getting his player also. So that's the other thing.
Let me hear from Kasim. Go on, Kasim.
I'm seeing it this year. We'll look at it. If you look at the table, he's only 5 points behind Man United. Only 5 points. Sorry, behind West Ham. Okay? All you need a good run, 3 games in a row is there. And I tell you, you underrated Tottenham team. Tottenham has got a very good team. They had a bad manager. Tottenham has got a good, decent team. They got world-class striker. They got world-class winger like Son, and they got Lucas Moura is underrated. He's a very, very good player. And Højbjerg, and they got a world-class goalkeeper, right? And they got good wing backs. So, manager that coaches, they're gonna get better of this player. All you need maybe 2-3 signings. But I disagree with Boogeyman when he said
Who
to come in to Tottenham, mate. He must be promised money. Otherwise, he won't sign the contract, mate.
Yeah, but you still have to get the players to come in.
Wait, I want to get Boogeyman in. Boogeyman.
who is going to play the centre back for Conte system? Dyer? Dyer can't even control the ball. He's not David Luiz. You see David Luiz under Conte. Conte needs a type of centre back that does a good distribution of the ball. Conte needs a good midfielder that can see the game as fast as possible. That's how we used to counter a lot of teams.
You're wrong, Boogeyman. You're wrong, mate. You're wrong. Where is Victor Moses? All right, hang on a minute. Where is Victor Moses before Conte coming in? He made him a player.
No.
One of the best wing back in the world. Hear me out.
Let me hear Bobby.
No, Victor Moses was always a very good player. Because he didn't play for a top club doesn't mean he wasn't a good player. Victor was excellent at Crystal Palace, and he was excellent at Wigan.
No, he was playing for Wigan.
So form is what's that word? Class is permanent.
Yeah, form is temporary. Class is permanent.
Victor is he was always a good player. The only plan.
What about Alonso, Bobby? What about Alonso? He got Alonso from.
Alonso
Kasim, 1 second. Guys.
And Alonso is a decent wing back, as you can
say.
Guys,
1 second. Please, whoever is in the middle, let them finish their point before you guys interject. Let him finish their point.
Apologize.
I
was just going to finalize by saying that the only plan I see for Tottenham with Conte that will give him money to get his players is if they understand they've got to sell Harry Kane. And I think they might do that deal sooner rather than later. Keeping Harry Kane is a ridiculous prospect. The guy wants out. The guy wants out. And holding him, he will never find form under anybody if they hold him to ransom. That's the only way they can get some money in for Conte. Outside that, all these things about, Spurs have good players. Spurs do have good players, but a lot of teams have good players. But you can also have bad chemistry in a team. And Spurs is bad chemistry. It's like PSG. A whole bunch of, they don't have that quality, but they have some above average players, but they're the wrong fit. That's going to be one hell of a repair job.
All right.
Yeah, can I just answer that quickly before you go?
Kasim, you have literally 30 seconds because we're changing topics. Go on.
Yeah, listen. When Conte was a manager for Chelsea, he was always praising Harry Kane. He will not go under Conte, mate. I'm telling you now. Harry Kane will play for Conte. Point number 1. Point number 2, right?
Kasim,
that's enough. That's enough.
No. The Harry Kane story, I'm not really concerned about that. My concern was Conte as a manager, ex-Chelsea manager, going to Spurs. Listen, lads, we gave that story a lot of time. I wanted to give it half an hour. We gave it 45 minutes. We are now going to talk about the game tomorrow. We are now going to talk about the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm getting some feedback from someone. I'm not sure who I'm getting feedback from. But I am getting some feedback. So, guys, if you're not talking, please have your mic on mute. If you're not talking, please have your mic on mute. The press conference that we saw today gave us the following information. Everybody who's injured is still injured. Nobody is back apart from Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic is back. Mason Mount is still sick.
Who? Sorry? Who did you say?
Mason Mount.
No, who's back?
Sick.
No,
Pulisic.
the first guy you said. Who?
Christian Pulisic. Yes. Yeah. And that's what I was thinking, but then I googled him, innit? I googled him,
Okay.
and then I found out he used to play for Chelsea a while ago, long time ago, and now he's back apparently.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. No, I have to Google him. I have to be honest. I googled him. Yeah.
Just to double check he was there, yeah.
He was apparently pretty good when he was around. He was apparently pretty good, but then he had like
Injuries.
An injury that we still don't know where it was, man. It was his leg, his ankle, his knee, his hamstring. He might have even had a headache and a toothache, and we didn't know about it. But anyway, it is what it is. He's back. He had pain somewhere. I'm glad to have him back in the squad, because boy, do we need attackers right now, because Mason Mount is sick, and apparently Kante didn't travel also. What is the situation with Kante is a little bit weird, because Tuchel never talked about it in the press conference. He never brought it up. He never mentioned it. But Kante is not in the squad that went to Sweden. He didn't travel. Maybe he's been arrested for Burnley. Maybe there's personal reasons behind it. Whatever the situation is, Kante isn't in the squad. Kovačić still out.
I hope Kante's not talking to Conte.
The source, Kasim, the source of Kante not being part of the squad is on Chelsea website.
It's the list of the players that travelled. He's not on that list.
Oh, okay.
Not on that list.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll check it myself.
They've actually introduced a player, a young player, Harvey something.
Harvey Vale.
Boogeyman, sorry, it's on the fifth stand. It's on the fifth stand. Kante didn't go.
Yeah, Harvey Vale is an 18-year-old attacking mid, from what I understand. I'll be honest, I don't really know much about him.
No, he's a good prospect. Yeah. He's one of our top prospects at the moment.
I like the one. The name is something Soup Cup or Soup something.
Soup Bell.
Yeah, I like him more.
Different positions though.
So that is where we are in regards to players, injuries and whatnot. I want to jump in straight into the lineup. Let's get the lineup out of the way, and then we'll discuss the game in more details and any other bits and bobs that concern the game tomorrow. I will be doing a watch along, because tomorrow it's an early kickoff. We're actually starting, I think, 5 something. I need to check the time. But it's an early kickoff because of the time zone thing. For them it gets dark kind of really early and gets cold. And they're trying to get it before it gets really cold in Sweden or something like that. That's what I've heard. Anyway, let's do the lineup. I'm guessing we're sticking with the same formation, 3-4-3. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I don't think you're going to.
Yes, by me, anyways. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. And we all agree that Mendy will be the shot stopper between the sticks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know. You know.
I don't know. I think he might go Kepa tomorrow.
Kepa, because it's.
Do you think he's going to be taking a few risks?
Nah, man. Are you guys crazy?
Maybe not. Maybe.
Chance. We need these points, man.
No, he has to win the game.
But he beat in Juventus.
Went a little too fast. I was going to say the same thing. Are you guys
He has
crazy?
to win the game.
No, I'm saying had we beaten Juventus.
No, I'm messing, guys. I'm messing. No, of course, it's going to be a Mendy in goal.
All right. So we've got Mendy in goal. Now this is, you know what? Let's do the front three, because that's going to be quite straightforward. Am I right in saying Havertz, Ziyech, and Callum, or do you guys have a different idea?
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
go in front 3.
I don't think he'll risk Pulisic. You'll bring him on later.
I think Barkley, Ziyech sit.
You think Barkley starts?
Yeah.
All right, let me leave Barkley out of this for now.
I'm very unlikely.
Why do you
I don't
say
say
that,
so.
Biggie man?
I
Why
don't
do you
say
say
that.
that?
Barkley on the right, eh? Interesting.
Explain your decision.
Oh, it is actually simple. It's just the fact that Barkley, the last few games have played really good first, and when you have Ziyech and Callum at so confident, they need someone to give them the ball, and I don't think Ziyech is at that level yet. And I just think like Barkley and Havertz last time they have a lot of connection because he keep making Havertz kept making those runs, and Barkley kind of seeing the run and keep giving them the ball. So I just feel like it's time to give those people a chance to play. And the other thing, if we play outside or in Russia,
Boogeyman.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Do you think this is what? I mean, and I know this is what you want, but do you think this is what Tuchel is going to do tomorrow? Do you think he's going to play
I think
Barkley?
Yeah.
Instead of Ziyech?
The reason why Kante is not available, difficult to impact a game like that, and we're not playing at home. So I think Barkley is a safer choice, and we will win 1 or 2-0. But I think with Barkley, if at the end of the first half we're not scoring, then Ziyech come in.
All right, Boogeyman, do you agree with this comment? Do you agree with this comment by Gabriel?
Ziyech played well last game. He can grow in form, and yeah, of course, Ziyech has played. He did. I think in the last 5 games, no, the 3 games we saw him yesterday. The last game was his best performance, but still, he is a little short when it comes to his connection with Havertz and Callum. And right now, I'm pretty sure Ruben is going to start. I'm not sure about the Italian. Why do I forget his name?
Virginia.
I'm not sure about Jorginho yet. So I think for the midfielder, we'll have Barkley there to just give some sense of security, and then also to have someone that is capable of giving passes in those spaces for Havertz and Callum. Callum is really doing his job properly right now.
All right. I'm going to hear from Couch and then I'm going to put it to a vote. Couch, what you got to say?
Okay. Gabriel kind of stole my thunder because that's exactly what I was going to say. Ziyech played well the last game.
I totally agree with Gabriel on this. I totally agree.
Yeah, he played well, and it's a chance to kick on. It's obviously a Champions League game where many people think Ziyech is better suited than in the Premier League because his pace is a little slower. So it's a lower opposition opponent as well. So as far as the pecking order goes right now, especially because he's right-sided as well, and ball delivery is very important, he's got to be in the game as far as I'm concerned. And beyond that, I think that if we look to Barkley, he comes in off the bench. He can easily deputize for any of the guys in the front three.
Definitely.
But I don't see him as far as the pecking order goes and who we're placing the most onus on. He's still not ahead of like Havertz for me, or sorry, Ziyech for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to approach the vote. I'll give you each a chance to give me a little explanation with your vote. I'm going to start with Eric. Eric, Ziyech or Barkley?
It has to be Ziyech for me.
Ziyech. DJ Sav, Ziyech or Barkley?
Ziyech.
Boogeyman, we know. Max?
Ziyech.
Go on. You want
I was going to say something. It was a good point what Dennis made earlier. With players, sometimes you need momentum. Okay, so that's why you're seeing the performances of Callum Hudson-Odoi now. He's had 3 or 4. He's had a run of games now, and he's looking a lot more confident in his position. If, as I said, Ziyech had a decent game the other day. So what you do, you don't dent his confidence by taking him out of the side, especially when the others are not playing. If he can't get in the side now with the injuries that we've got, then it's gonna, it's gonna dent his confidence even further, especially after a decent game on the weekend. So I just think that he needs another game to get his rhythm going. So that's why I play him. And Barkley for me is more of an impact player anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. MDT?
No,
Ziyech
he
or
has to be
Barkley?
Ziyech.
Ziyech.
He has to be
All right.
Ziyech.
Sweet. Bobby?
This is a funny one for me. I will say Ziyech simply because of the reasons that Max gave. However, a part of me is thinking this guy might put Barkley in because Malmo are so physical.
Yeah.
And, they were trying to kick us all over the place at Stamford Bridge. You can imagine what they'll do on their home ground.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's swaying my mind a bit. But I get the point that Max made, and it seems, I don't know, it's a difficult one, but based on that alone, the point that Max made is the only reason I'm saying Ziyech.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there is a good case. I mean, Boogeyman's case on Barkley, it's a good one, especially with the physicality aspect. And also, we lost 2 players because of it. It's not just physicality, but we lost players because of it. Timo Werner and Lukaku. So it's a big factor. But will it, influence his decision? I don't know. But it's overwhelming for Ziyech to be in this position. So we'll put Ziyech in for now. Want to say big up to Redneck in the chat. Barkley is 20-minute player. Yeah, I concur. But he's a good impact player. Definitely.
Can I
All
say
right,
something quick? Just one.
Wait, guys! In the chat, shout out Boogeyman talk or not? Let me hear it in the chat. Nah, go on. I'm joking.
No. I want to just add something to what Mark said. That to build Ziyech confident, he had to start the next game. Don't forget, Tuchel took Ziyech off the pitch because he was not producing good. Because Ziyech had to come off for us to win the game. And Ziyech was not happy when he came up.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It was a change. It was a change in tactics. It was a change in system. Not necessarily he wasn't doing good.
You guys refuse to see the truth.
No, it's not refusing, man. It's just trying to put a positive spin on it, man. I'm not feeling this negativity vibes, man.
Okay,
Ziyech didn't play badly against.
No, I'm not saying he played badly, but my point is this: if Tuchel was confident that we're going to win that game with Ziyech on the field, he would have let Ziyech stay on the field. He took Ziyech off, pulled Barkley and Loftus-Cheek in. That's when the game we managed to win that game 3-0. So the reason why I'm saying that is just to tell Max, building confidence of Ziyech. I don't think Tuchel is in that logic yet. Ziyech has to deserve it.
No, but you got to remember, it's not just fact that he came off. Football's about different things as well. Newcastle. I watched the stream, by the way, very good stream that you guys did with the Newcastle lads. And one of the things what one of the Newcastle lads said is that they're not fit enough. And you saw that after 60 odd minutes, they were playing that low block game. We're always going to overpower them in the last 20 minutes or so. So even with Ziyech on the field, I still think we would have scored goals. It's not as simple as, Ziyech goes off and then we suddenly score goals. There's more to football than that.
Yep. No, I think for the sake of both players, Callum and Ziyech, they need this game, because if Pulisic is back, and if after the international break we're going to get Werner and Lukaku back, then this is the opportunity that these guys have to to put in a performance to get more game time, because when Werner's back, he's going to be starting. When Lukaku's back, he's going to be starting. So Havertz, Ziyech, Callum, Mount, Pulisic, they'll all be fighting for that one other spot. So it's a lot of players to fit in one spot. So they all have to perform. They're all going to have to put in a good shift. Chilwell was in the press conference, so it's safe to say that he will be starting tomorrow. In regards to, and I've done it differently today, I've worked from the way up to the defenders, because I think it makes more sense to do it this way. Let's do the right back and the right centre back. Who do you guys think is going to be the right back and the right centre back?
Chalobah and Azpilicueta, I think.
Chalobah and Azpilicueta. Why is Reece James not starting, DJ?
I think it's only because I think it's not because I don't want him to start. I just think it's more to the fact that he's probably going to keep him for the Burnley game on Saturday. That's all. If he can start, I'll be happy if he can start. But I just think he'll just keep him for the Burnley game.
Okay, so
yeah, I think that thing's definitely going to be playing tomorrow. Aspie hasn't played in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think he's going to play tomorrow.
So does that mean then that Thiago won't play and Christensen will go centre?
Yeah, I think Thiago. I don't think Thiago will play neither. He's a 1 game a week player now, isn't he? because of his age, etc.
Yeah.
I mean, if Reece James doesn't play, then I think Thiago Silva might play because Aspi will be the wing back, and then Thiago Silva will play with Christensen.
You think, Eric?
No, Chalobah.
You mean
Chalobah, the right sided player.
You know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Chalobah probably could play against Malmo. Yeah, that's fair. I actually forgot about Chalobah.
Yeah.
Thiago will be on the bench, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll go with Aspi and Chalobah because it's going to be a physical one.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Okay,
definitely. They're going to try and kick. They're going to try and kick lumps out of us.
Yeah.
So we need some of our.
Who's the referee? Do we know the ref? I hope it's a strong referee because, as Bobby said the other day, it wasn't a football match. It was more for WWE or
WWE.
Some of the tacklings, that's ridiculous.
So, do we have any objections on the right side right now? Are we good?
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
we're good. We're all good. All right, now Rudiger or Saw behind Chile?
It's got to be Rudiger.
Rudiger.
Yeah.
Rudiger.
The experience.
Yeah, Rudiger.
He's a warrior. This is his game, isn't it?
This is gonna get exactly.
He's gonna love this one.
Yeah.
I still don't trust Saw. Yeah.
Okay, so who's in the center, Christensen or Thiago?
Yeah, Christensen.
We all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at how we're.
Yeah, it will be Christensen.
Amazing. That boy's done so well, really. You know, we don't even hesitate to call his name now. Remember, there was
this
a time
guy.
we'd be arguing.
Yeah.
He's one player that's improved so much. He's a player that's
what he's
really
done
improved.
now. He's ready to fight. Back in the day, he's always had the ability. I've always said he had the ability, but my thing for Vic, he was just really, he wasn't aggressive enough, and he was very soft.
Too nice.
He went down injured, but now he's got that bit of toughness in his game. I think it's down to Silva and Rudiger as well. I think those two helped him along.
Definitely.
Yeah, also the fact that he is playing in a three center back also give him like more
assurance.
More assurance. I guess he doesn't have too much doubt anymore. Because I've seen him running after Newcastle Maxima last game. Wow. I was impressed.
I believe that he was just confident because when you check, even when he was struggling for Chelsea, he was playing very, very well on the international stage for his country. So
I disagree.
Yeah. No, he was playing very. You always disagree. You even told me when I told you Tuchel was playing Callum as a right wing back to improve his game. You say that's not true because it doesn't happen at a club like Chelsea. And recently, Tuchel just said it.
Where? Give me the source. Give me the source. I will check it.
The clip is on the group whatever. Said it was unfair for him to play him there, but he made him a better player.
Check the press. Boogeyman, check the press conference. It was this.
Own that, man.
A few hours ago.
Today's press
conference.
I listened to it. You guys putting word in Tuchel mouth. I listened to that press conference. He didn't say anything now. I'm not going to. I don't know what kind of English they speak in England, but my interpretation in Canada.
Words in Tuchel's mouth.
I'm not going to get into a debate about who speaks English better, Canadians or the English, because it's English.
No, I'm not getting...
English. Anyway. The two holding midfielders. Now, Jorginho is the only one from the old guard that is fit because Kante is not there.
Jorginho and
Kovačić is not there. Not Saul, Max.
No.
I'll let Couch answer that. Couch, can you answer that?
What? Saul?
Yeah.
Well, he'll get 20 minutes. It's simple. You're going to go with try test. He'll get 20 minutes.
It's got to be Loftus-Cheek. Well, what Bobby said.
Stop playing with my emotion.
They're a physical team.
Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho.
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, that position self-picked themselves, man. Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek. We saw them against Newcastle. They're really good.
And the thing I like about this particular duo, it gives Ruben a lot more license to get forward. I think it's going to be crucial.
You know what?
Ruben
Yeah,
can take
this
the
is a-
battle
this is a
as long as they don't
strong
step on his
side.
ankles.
This is a
Yeah,
strong
but
side.
Ruben need to work his shots in, because that goal that Reece scored,
Please.
Ruben hit the ball first, but I mean he just hit it. Like,
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Guys were in the box at the time when he struck that ball.
Yeah,
There's
but that is
8,
not the case.
including the keeper.
Ruben
8
is
guys, not
we
including the
keep
keeper. That's crazy,
we all say Ruben has that quality. Put Pogba there, he will put the ball in the angle.
No,
in
he's
the
not.
corner.
He's not.
No, he's
How
not.
many goals? Come on, dog. There's 9 people in the box.
Ruben
on,
should
Boogie
start
Man.
doing
Trying
better.
to defend.
Ruben
Boogie
should
Man.
start
Boogie
doing
Man.
better. Ruben should start doing better than that. What he
They
did,
did better
that
than
shot,
what he hit. That. Listen, if he didn't take that shot, we don't score that
Reece
second
couldn't
goal.
have taken it.
I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I'm not
I'm not,
saying
like, I'm not even
because
like, this is not even hyperbole.
In fact,
There was
it was
literally
his shot that
9
deceived
people
the
in the box.
goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper
The goalkeeper
dived,
went
and
for
he,
his.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. He dived and it allowed
So in your case,
James to score
Boogeyman,
the
in
goal.
your logic, if somebody shoots
Yeah,
a shot and they get blocked, that means the passing didn't do well because the shot get blocked. Come on,
listen,
Boogie.
don't put ball in my mouth. Now you
That's
put
what you're
words in my
saying.
mouth. I didn't. I said.
You said he needs to shoot
Ruben.
better.
Hold on.
Yeah, he need to.
Boogeyman, do me a favor.
Yo, there's a
Count
lot of
from
haters here.
count from 1 to 3.
1,
Slowly. Yeah.
Oh, he's
yo,
going to his
3,
break,
2,
guys.
1,
Okay.
man. 3, 2. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
How did I know?
Couch called it. Couch
How did
called
I
it.
know?
Couch called it. Listen,
My
listen.
point is this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on, Boogeyman. Guys, so this is the team that the Blue Lounge has predicted to be taking the game to Malmo tomorrow. In goal, it will be Mendy. In defense, left to right is Rudiger, Christensen, Chalobah. With two wing backs being Chilwell and Azpilicueta. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho in midfield. Callum, Ziyech supporting, Kai Havertz in attack. That's what we predict will be the team for tomorrow.
The starting 11. I'll go with that.
The starting 11.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that is probably as close as you're going to get. It's a very tough team to be taking the pitch in a game that we are favourites. Go on, Boogeyman. Let me hear it.
I look at the starting 11. We're playing against Malmo. We lost 2 players playing against those guys. So my question maybe is, who in that starting 11 we don't want to lose to injury tomorrow because of Burnley game coming? Because I'm just thinking, can we win this game without putting Rudiger? Can we win this game without using Chilwell? Because we will need Chilwell to score goals against Burnley. Can we win this game without using Callum? Because we're pretty light in front. Yeah, sorry.
We have 5 substitutions.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. We have the ability to swap half of that team and take him out.
But
we had it last game with the.
But Boogeyman, you contradicted yourself when we joked about having Kepa in the side. You say, no, we can't have Kepa in the side.
That's why.
So why are you having all these other second string players then if you didn't want Kepa? And the reason why we said no Kepa was because we haven't sewn up this group yet. We can't just go here and think, okay, it's Malmo, we got the 3 points. Yeah, granted, Malmo haven't scored a goal yet, but we still got to go there with a job to do. We saw what happened when we played against Southampton the other day when we had made all those changes. We were horrible. And we have to rely on a penalty shootout to get us through to that round. So we have to go here, do the business. If we go 2 or 3-0 up, then we can make our changes and rest the players.
I agree. I mean, that would be my lineup. That's for sure. Like maybe Ziyech, Barkley switch, but I'm just thinking we have.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree with what I agree in terms of Chilwell. I don't think Chilwell has to start.
Exactly. I'm just thinking, who do we take off that lineup? And we still have a solid team to win it. If we cannot, then we keep them.
He wasn't.
Oh, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
Normally it does. Normally it does. Listen, people in the chat, we are 13 away from 200 subscribers. So let's hit those 13 subscribers, lads. If you haven't subscribed, do us that favor and subscribe to the Blue Lounge. We are also 23 likes away from 100. Do us a favor and hit that like button. Much appreciated. I will open up the lines shortly. Actually, no, I won't open up the lines. Can I? Yeah, I'll open up the lines. I'll open up the lines and give you guys a couple of minutes to come on and give us your thoughts on the game tomorrow. The lineup is the lineup. We can change a couple of players around. I mean, there's a shout for Barkley to start for the physicality aspect. There's a shout for Saul to start because if he's injured tomorrow, not really a big deal moving forward. There's a shout for Alonso to be on that pitch. There's a shout for Reece James. There's a shout for a whole bunch of changes that can happen. But at the end of the day, I think the team is probably closer to what we've picked. Tactically, are we going to be aggressive? Are we going to be trying to finish that game off in the first half and make it easy for ourselves moving for the second half and whatnot? How is Malmo going to approach this? Because Malmo realistically, if they don't win tomorrow, they have no chance. I mean, a lot of people will say they don't have no chance as it is, but mathematically speaking, they have a glimmer of a chance if they were to beat Chelsea, Juventus, and Zenit in the next few fixtures. But so how we approaching this game tomorrow, lads?
Malmo are going to be aggressive, that's for sure. That's their way and their home. Yeah. We have to. We don't play their game. We show our quality, and we should be able to get through this. They're going to come and try and kick us, but I think the team, well, hopefully, if that's what Thomas Tuchel selects, we've got enough warriors in that team to sort them out and also punish them. The good thing also is, we don't have a target man, and I think they struggle with that. They're very robotic at the back. So the movement of the likes of Callum Havertz is very tricky up there. And Ziyech, if he plays, even if it's Barkley, I think that should be too much for them. You take no one for granted in any game, but they're going to try and kick us, and we're just going to play them off the park. And that's what we should be aiming at doing.
Yeah. We got to pass the ball really quickly with pace. Would you look how we played them when they came to the bridge in the first 20-odd minutes? We were moving the ball around quick, getting them out of position because you went to the match, Mo, so you'd have seen it more than that, the movement and everything else, because they just came to defend. Even at 3-0, they were still parking the bus. They were just trying to keep the score down. But we can't have slow build-ups or anything like that. We need to just try and get the ball forward. As Bobby said, lots of interchanging, get Havertz to drag them around a bit, get the defensive line out of position and try and score. If we score early, it's game done anyway.
How's Malmo doing in their league anyways? Because I checked the league.
They're top. Last time I checked. Yeah.
Are they always winning their league? Like, don't they? I think. They always do. So they don't have to worry about saving any player next against us. Because if they know they're not going to win the league or they're not going to qualify for the Champions next turn, maybe they may play the B team.
Boogeyman. I think that's it. They've got 2 more games. They're on 51 points. So. So next game might be really important for them, right?
Well, they don't necessarily need to win their league to qualify for the Champions League.
They do.
They don't. No, you don't get automatic qualification from there. They have to go through the
the qualifying round. But it's only one spot for that.
Well, there's only one spot for that league, right?
In the Swedish league. Right.
So my point is, if they're not really, if they're second they are leader, right? If the second one is not too far, they may
1 point behind.
Oh yeah, I don't think they will go full for against us because they know they're not going to qualify for the next round in the Champions League. Maybe they will just put their B teams. I'm not sure. So,
if you're the manager of Malmo right now, what are you thinking? I'm thinking I want to get a point out of this game. That's
but I still want to
a bonus, right? So
I still want to qualify for Champions League.
I don't want to be disrespected in my own stadium. I'm playing against Chelsea.
You're going to be disrespectful. That's why you say that.
It is. It's blatantly. It's going to be that way. Blatantly. But if I'm managing Malmo, I don't want to be doing. I'm going to be trying to to minimize the goal difference, man.
Not good.
I think
And
they
also-
go into that game trying to play for a point. Like really.
Prove what
yeah.
point?
And
We're
also-
winning anyways.
And also, like, if they drew the game, they make more money. I think 800. Is it
That's true.
800,000
Good
or 500,000
True,
euro?
true.
So draw is a big
Oh,
money for these
that
people.
might be- yeah,
That's
so that-
monetary whatever. And the other thing is, Boogeyman, I will say, I agree with you a little bit here because I'm worried. I'm happy with the team, but I'm worried with the midfield. We only have Jorginho and Ruben, who is semi-fit, and we have our midfield currently is empty. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping we win like with 3-4-0 up first half, and we manage to give them a little bit of rest. Well, that's the
be
area I'm
honest,
more worried about than any
I
area.
don't mind them playing 90 minutes. I just worry about injuries. That's all it is. I'm not. Jorginho can play 90 minutes. If I'm not, I don't mind at all. But it's just the injury part of it. Because I'm just thinking the EPL. We need to keep that 3-point edge we have on Liverpool, right?
In that case, wouldn't that be a case to start Maling Sarr tomorrow?
Yo, don't do that, man.
No.
Malang Sarr, the guy doesn't know which one is his left foot. He doesn't know which.
What if Rudiger gets injured tomorrow? Then we're in trouble. Couch.
I was just going to say that, like, I feel Kante didn't make the trip not because he's injured, but because he's being rested. They don't want to bring him. That being rule number one. So we do have a midfield. I would say that Saul actually played okay in the second half against Southampton. He gave us a couple of opportunities, could have scored. I think this is a match where he can give us 25 minutes and be influential. Like, he's not my player. You know this already. Everyone knows I've kind of been shitting on him for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. But I think that this is a game that he can probably give us some good minutes where we can rest the likes of Jorginho or, if need be, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So just give him 25 minutes, get the job done, obviously, beforehand, and then bring him on then. So I'm not really worried about the midfield as much.
I'm going to digress a little bit. Because I think this is a good time to address this other topic. Billy Gilmour, Conor Gallagher. Both of these players are out on loan right now. Both of these players are having a different kind of situation out on loan. Gallagher is, as Bobby would say, ripping up trees. Gilmour is not getting time on the pitch. Now, both of these players have a different situation in respect to their future. We all found out recently that Billy went out on loan because he wanted to go out on loan. It wasn't the club who pushed him out. He wanted to go out. In hindsight, I think that was the wrong decision on behalf of his management team, his management team. Do you guys see a future for either one of these players at Chelsea? And if there is a future for either one, what is the potential of us signing? Because we had names being thrown around, Declan Rice, Tchouameni, and whatnot. If these two players stay at Chelsea next season, then are we going to be sticking by them? Are we going to be giving them opportunities? Are we going to be rotating them? I want to hear your thoughts on both of these players, please. So let's start with, I haven't spoken to Max for a while, so we'll start with Max. Max, give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I think there's room for both of them eventually. If Gilmour's willing to be patient, because he's heir apparent to Jorginho when Jorginho goes. Okay. Gallagher, for me, he's made a bigger impact. And that guy, he's a beast. I think he can have a career at Chelsea because what I like about him is his attitude as well. It's not only his ability. What I look at when I look at younger players, I look at their ability.
Sorry to interrupt you for 1 second. Couch, are you tapping something? Because I'm hearing a tapping noise in the background.
Might be my headphones. Is this recent?
No, it's since the last stream, and it's happened again now. It just started again.
Might
now.
be my earpieces. Are you hearing it now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Max. Continue.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, what I look at when I look at players, I don't only look at the ability, I look at the attitude. Because if they've got a good attitude, they're going to have a great career, okay? Look, that's why Mason Mount is doing what he's doing now, because he said, you know what, I'm going to make it at Chelsea. I loved what Gallagher had to say as well. Gallagher said, you know what, he's made it there, I'm going to make it too. He actually wanted to stay. Yeah, but then it was the club who had a discussion with him, and they said, "Look, go out on loan," because that's how much he believes in his ability. Okay, he to me is more closer to what we had with Frank Lampard, in that he can score those goals from. He's got a great strike on him, hasn't he? And his decision making for me is probably better in the final third than Mason Mount. A big statement there, but I think he has got it now. And he played against Man City the other day, and you know what? He rebelled. He said, "You know what? I love, this is a challenge. I'm up for the challenge." And this guy was just winning balls left, right, and centre. He was dominating the Manchester City midfield. Okay, capped off with a fine goal. Yeah. So for me, I just think that this guy has got a career at Chelsea. So. It's quite different. It's hard, obviously, because we've got so many players in that position. But if he's patient and willing to stay, I'm sure that he can come in maybe next season or the season after and do a job. But with Bill Gilmore, he's probably got a couple more.
That's the second thing I was going to ask you, Max. Will you have him back next season, or would you send him out for one more loan?
If he has an excellent season at Palace, obviously he's having a great season at Palace, he's probably ready for next season. Because Sal's probably going to go back. Okay, people are saying Ross. I know Boogeyman's nodding. He disagrees with everything, so I'm ignoring him. So I just feel probably Ross Barkley's going to go. Although, okay, he's back in favour now, but I think he'll go. And I think there's going to be a spot, because if you see at the moment, obviously people say we're well stocked in our midfield department, but we've got a couple of injuries, and all of a sudden we look light in that area. So there are going to be injuries. There are going to be a lot of games again next season. So there's going to be enough games to go around for the midfield area, and he's got something that a lot of our midfielders don't have at the moment, and that's scoring consistently from midfield. Look, from long range, short range, he's got that. And have you seen his deliveries as well? His free kicks and corners, really good dead ball as well. And he's physical. He's the guy's 6 foot, and he puts himself about as well. He's a busy player. So I think he's got everything in his locker to make it. Yeah, Billy Gilmore, I think he's a bit further down. When you think he's a couple of years younger, I think. If he's patient, but with Billy Gilmore now, I think he's probably 2 seasons away from making it at Chelsea. And Jorginho at this time will be, 32, 33? So then that's a nice time to bring him in when Jorginho's kind of coming to the sort of end of his career.
Okay. Let me hear Boogeyman. Katz, I'll come back to you. I want to hear Boogeyman.
Yeah, I gotta bounce out. I just want to say goodbye to you guys. I'll be back. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the game.
Cheers, Dennis. Take care, man.
Dennis,
take care, mate.
Watch along tomorrow. So it'll be a long one. Take care, brother.
Yo, take care, coach.
See you later, bro. See ya.
Go on, Boogeyman. Let me hear your thoughts, mate.
Saul is not going anywhere. Listen, Saul come and he's going to stay. I'm pretty sure, because the second half of the season, that's when we're going to see the real Saul. So
how much do you want to bet?
That's the message for Max directly. Now.
How much do you want to bet?
Yo,
Tenner?
Max, don't worry about betting. I don't bet. It's against my.
I'm not a betting man, but I'm just saying.
Listen. If you guys want to bet, you have to do it on a different channel.
No, I'm not a betting man myself.
This is a halal channel. This is halal, and betting is haram. So we're not betting on this channel.
I'm a Christian, so I don't bet. I don't believe in betting. But what I'll say is, it's a sportsman's bet. He's not going to be here next season. Trust me.
Okay, we'll see that. We're here, right? Okay. We're here.
Okay.
Good. So Saul staying. Second thing about Connor is he's good. He is good for his age. he is like a EPL type of midfielder as so young of age, because he's not scared of tackle. He's like Max has said the last game against Manchester City. Did you see how he turned that defender in their own half? Like I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just have to say this.
What is going on?
How much do you think Chelsea will pay for Saul? Because if we're gonna buy him,
it was 30 million, right?
Yeah, well, we're gonna pay 30 million for Saul with this kind of performance.
Yeah,
that's why we said an option, because remember they wanted an obligation, but we said no, we wanted it as an option because we want to see what this guy was like. I think that the emergence of the likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek this season and how well he's done, I just don't think that we will spend that money on.
Yeah, which is a good point, but I'm just thinking that if Saul was used in Atletico as a wing back, he has a lot of possibility in him. So we just haven't seen him yet. So I think if you wait till the end of the season, maybe Tuchel may start using Saul as a backup for Chilwell. Because Alonso probably going to go to Tottenham. If that's a joke. Let's move on. Let's just go to the serious stuff. So Connor is a really good player. I'm not going to criticize anything, and he's pretty young also. But the thing is, we play the book in the midfield at Chelsea. So for me, as much as I want them to come, I just don't want them to come and sit. And I know Chelsea players. Max has talked about his attitude. I'm not convinced about it because I haven't really heard. Max, please, can you send a source where Connor has said that he will stay at Chelsea even if he's not playing, or he will succeed at Chelsea? Because I'm thinking if that kid come to Chelsea and we don't use him 2-3 competition like the start of our season where we keep playing the same midfielder, the same to give our starting 11 game time, will Connor be patient enough to just sit? Because I don't think Mount will do the same thing. Mount has a chance that Frank Lampard introduced him to the Premier League. So I don't know how a team like Connor will react to it. So for me, listen, he's good. Unless we're willing to sell Ruben, or willing to let some Kovacic or Ruben or Jorginho go, we should just sell Connor and get 100 million something on it. Because at this point,
it doesn't make any sense to sell Connor though. He
doesn't
tried it.
But he doesn't have this. Yeah, but I don't think he is already Chelsea type of midfield yet. He doesn't have that level, and I'm not sure if Chelsea is willing to give.
I think he has that level.
Okay, then we'll have.
He's doing it. He's doing it with Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
He's doing it with Crystal Palace.
But did you see how
Kovacic
controlled the midfielder? In the midfield. Did you see how Ruben controlled the midfield? They have that experience. They have played that game many years. I know Connor has the talent, but I'm not too sure if we want to give him the key of the midfielder.
I agree with what,
he's never going to get enough game from us to just reach that level yet. Even if he goes to someone say Manchester City, I'm not sure. He's not gonna get it there also. Maybe I'm not sure, but
he doesn't.
I just want Max to convince me that his attitude is, listen, I don't care. I will come and sit at Chelsea. Even if I play 2 cup games, I'm okay with it. And I will train with the best. Good, that's what's going to happen. He's going to be trained with the best, Kante and all those things. Will he just accept that? I don't think so. If he's not, then let's sell him.
He won't make it.
Eric's thoughts.
Yeah, look, I agree with Boogeyman. I really do, because for me, he doesn't have a future at Chelsea, and that's because of what he said. You know, he doesn't. There's no space for him. I don't even know where he would play. Where would his best position in a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-4 3-5-2 formation be? I don't know. So there's too many players ahead of him right now. Gilmour actually had a position before he went out on loan. So I'm not saying he's not good enough to play for Chelsea, but I don't see the space. I don't see where he would play. And Saul, you know, whether
listen, can I answer that, please?
Yeah, I'd love to get in on this.
I'll let Max and then I'll let Bobby come in on this.
Yeah.
But the thing
You're talking about.
One second, Max.
Yeah.
Chelsea are looking to sign players. We're in the market to sign Tchouameni. We're in the market to sign Declan Rice. We're in the market to sign X, Y, and Z player. And we have brilliant, young, talented players in our club right now. Why would we go and sign?
He's a different
these players?
profile of the players you just mentioned are different players. They're not attacking midfielders.
The thing is, with Gallagher can do both, and he has done both, just like Loftus-Cheek has done both. Okay, and I mean, yes, maybe Gilmour is more of a holding box to box type of midfielder, but Gallagher is versatile. He can do both. I'm gonna give Max a chance. Then we'll go to Bobby.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, you guys are talking about space and everything else. As I said today, how many midfielders have we had to travel in? The last 2 games, we've had 3 games, we've had 2 goalkeepers on the bench just because we couldn't fill as outfield play. We didn't have enough outfield players to put on the bench. Okay, we've got to look. Kante is picking up more and more injuries, and he's getting no younger now. We've got Kovačić now picking up a few injuries. Loftus-Cheek, we all know his injury record with us. So we all know. There will be games for him, as I said. He'll get games. Don't worry about space, because I know Bobby's going to come in. I don't want to steal his thunder, because he always mentions about there's enough games for everyone, and we can't be talking about players not playing and moaning about it. If he's got enough, and I believe that he's got enough belief, he feels that he can come in and he can get a spot in the league. Just like Mason Mount. When challenges have come his way, he's got the right attitude to say, you know what, I'm going to get back into the side. When Tuchel came in, he was dropped for the first game. He came back, proved himself in the team, and then he was a mainstay. I believe that if Gallagher's got the ability, and he's only got himself, if he comes in, he's got to do it. Just like what obviously we saw in the press conference today when he spoke about Callum Hudson-Odoi, and what Tuchel said about Hudson-Odoi is he needs to do it week in, week out, because he's got competition. So if he does it, he stays in the side. If he doesn't, he's out the side. And so that's the sort of attitude and mentality you need in a big club. You need players who are going to fight for their position.
Before you move on to Bobby, I just want to ask Max. I wanted to ask Max, where do you think Gallagher would play?
He can play across the midfield, because as I said, he's a powerful guy. He can play in the mount role. He can play in the pivot. He's a box to box type midfielder. So similar to what Ruben Loftus-Cheek's doing for us, he could do that similar role as well. So there's, as I said, he's versatile. So he can just play anywhere in that midfield area.
I think.
Bobby, let me hear your thoughts, mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is a recurring area, isn't it? I almost got into an argument on Twitter with a well-loved Chelsea YouTuber.
I saw that.
Yeah. Some of our fans, they look, for example, at the start of the season, they look at the first 11 and they can't see beyond that. Look, the strength and the source of Chelsea's success over the years has been our resilience. And the resilience comes from the squad. This is a squad game. It's not about, we've got this first 11, this means so-and-so won't play. There will be game time. I mean, this is the issue I had with this particular person when he was talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi. And I told him at the time when I was on his stream, I said, look, let's give it till January. And if Callum doesn't play, then I'll accept what you say that he should move on. Now look what's happened. The season is full of ups and downs, is full of suspensions, injuries, poor form. There are times, just as Matt said, we had three goalkeepers on the bench because we couldn't fill the bench. The strength of Chelsea has been our resilience. The fact that this is the only club, I believe, in the Premier League that could have been hit with a transfer ban and survived it. Why? Because of the resilience that we built up in our academy. I don't even think Man City would have survived it. So as for Conor Gallagher, he will most definitely have the opportunity if he comes into Chelsea squad being the operative word. The people to go are people like Niguez. Sal Niguez he really has no place there. And at the moment, if you had listened to what Tuchel said about Billy Gilmore, the sad thing is that you see Gilmore's advisors have done him no favors, even as Mo MTD was alluding to, because now Gilmore is so far down the pecking order in the squad that he is even behind Gallagher, who hasn't even played in the squad yet. And he's even behind Ross Barkley. Why? Because he has been put in a situation where he's had to now fight to hold his own. He hasn't got the support structure of the other big time midfielders to help him, your Jorginhos, your Kantes, your Kovacic. And he's sinking because he wanted to go it alone. He has a big battle on his hands to ever get anywhere near that squad again as he was before. I'm not saying he can't do it, but I'm just saying it's difficult. So back to Gallagher. Saying that Conor Gallagher has no place in the Chelsea team and using the words like sell him, to me, it's just outrageous. With every respect, it's so short-sighted. It really is.
Great point. And Boogeyman, you'd have probably said the same thing about Salah a few years ago, because when Salah wasn't, we had some really good wingers at the time. He's got no place at Chelsea. How's he going to get into the side? Sell him. So we just, as Bobby said, short-sighted. We got to look at the potential of players, not where's he going to play or whatever. And I do feel this guy, he will probably regret selling him if we do let him go.
I mean, listen, Bobby made both. I mean, Max also. You guys made a good point. I'm not disagreeing with it. I would like to see Gallagher play for Chelsea. The comparison with Callum is a little bit off, because if Callum was to be on loan and play for another EPL club, and we know Callum is a pure winger, because that's the position he would probably be playing on loan with Crystal Palace, for example. I don't think Callum will come to Chelsea and being tried as a wing back, because if you notice the Tuchel system, Tuchel has when Tuchel is busy, has all the team, the players available. Callum was playing as a wing back. Would you use Callum as a wing back if he was on a loan in Palace as a winger? I don't think so. So let's move back to Bobby's trying to. I think Bobby want to answer me.
This issue of Callum as a wing back, Tuchel also sort of explained that. He said, was it fair? Probably not. But that's the point. Sometimes you give these guys a challenge. You take them through the mill. So by the time he's now playing in his chosen position, he's taking it with both hands. He's grabbing onto it for dear life because he wants to stay there. You see, these coaches are psychologists as well. They play with the minds of their players to get the best out of their players. We panic so much, and I think some of us have such a favor for particular players that we can't stand to see them being stretched. There's another guy out there in our Chelsea fan base. I really love this guy. I do. He is a real Chelsea fan. But this guy loves Billy Gilmore to the point that he can't see anything else. He's come out with this Billy Esther. You know what I'm talking about. Billy Esther.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he loves him, and I like that. But the fact is, you can't love a player above the club, and that's where you start to run into problems, because it's not about the player. Never has been about the player, and it never will be. The players are tools with which the club uses, not the other way round.
No, what you're making a good point, but I don't know if you've seen what I'm trying to say. It's more like Conor Gallagher is proven right now that he is the deal. So would you bring Conor Gallagher into a Chelsea team, and because we are full in the midfield, and use it as a winger, or try it as a a wing back, or
What are you?
if he cannot, if he cannot start in the midfield that position, would you just use Conor Gallagher for just cup games and he's training with the training with for the best? Because I know Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek are the best. If Conor was 23 or 24, I would have said, okay, let's just bring it to the Chelsea team. But I'm thinking deep inside me that Conor should go again on loan. But if he refused that, which I think he will refuse, he should be put on a transfer list. That's how I feel.
But listen. Look at the age of these players, right? Kante is what, 30? Jorginho's 29. So you're saying, okay, we've got these players, but how long for? We've got somebody who will probably have to end up spending 70 million to get him back if he proves a success somewhere else. So we can't, as I said, it's about seeing the long-term vision rather than seeing, And someone made a good point. It was in the chat. I think it was Doyo, I think it was. He says, you can't see Kante and Jorginho here beyond 2023. And that's probably right, because Jorginho's itching for a move back to Italy. I think he want to go back to Italy at some point. If we win the league this season, I could see his agent coming back on making noises about him going back to Italy, because he does that every season, his agent. And Kante, as I said, as he's picking up more and more injuries, I just can't see him. Probably 2 seasons at the most. The way that Kante plays, as we all know, is high energy, and he's got 2 hearts, 15 lungs or whatever, and he runs around a lot. But as he gets older, he's not going to be able to do that a lot.
Yeah, and even now, the fact that he hasn't travelled, I believe it's more to do with using him sparingly than anything else. We're looking at some weird extreme situations, talking about maybe having to play Conor Gallagher as a wing back if the midfield is all full. Well, look further up the field. Look at somebody like Pulisic, who's often injured. Look at Mason Mount. Conor can fill in for those positions. It doesn't have to be going backwards to a situation that is highly unlikely. So I think there's more than enough room for Callum.
Would you use Callum as one of our the 3 offensive players? Would you use Conor in that position? Isn't he taking away his potential?
He's a rotational player in the midfield. That's where he'll be playing.
Yeah. I think, and by the way, we're talking of next season.
1 second. Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Gallagher is very similar in style to Mason Mount. He's actually a hybrid between Mason Mount and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, because he can do both of those roles. In my opinion, he offers us more in regards to goal scoring potential than Mason Mount. But Mason Mount probably presses better. Mason Mount probably give you a more control in the top half of the pitch than Gallagher, but I think Gallagher will give you more of a threat in the top half of the pitch. And again, it's all about having them in the team and giving them the opportunity to play before we are able to label them in that position or another position. Because Ruben Loftus-Cheek was being labelled as an out wide left-sided player for a little while. He was labelled as a holding midfielder for a little while. He was labelled as a 10.
4-3-3.
No, in various formations. But in the end of the day, players like that who are versatile, you can use them in multiple positions. I actually was hoping to hear from MDT on this, because
that's what I was about to say. You read my mind. I said,
he is scared of me. He is scared of me. I just
want to hear what he's got to say, Mr. Ying himself.
Jump in more. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Boogie, I need to educate you about Chelsea.
Let's get this done.
You guys don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Cobham. Cobham is the best that ever existed. Forget La Masia or whatever you're talking about, or Ajax. Okay, I'm telling you, Conor Gallagher has even played as a centre back in the academy. Conor Gallagher has played as a striker in the academy. He has played as a winger. No, I'm telling you, even the 3-4-3 you're talking about, Chelsea Academy played that. And Conor Gallagher has played in the middle. He has played one of the strikers. And let me tell you, even like when Chelsea have red card in the academy, we still beat teams 5-0 with these players. Conor Gallagher, Mason Mount, they've all played together with Callum. Callum was 16, he was playing with the 18-year-old. That's what happened. So our academy is any player that comes from that academy, to say he cannot play this position, that's wrong. You can say this is his best position, but he can do this and that. Conor Gallagher can play that, what's his name? The Kai Havertz role behind Lukaku. I'm telling you this, if we have to go and say, okay, Boogie, I'll pay for your dinner. I'm telling you, if he given a chance, he will play better than Kai. I'm telling you, I will put my life on that. That's how I have faith on that kid. I saw him from the age of 8, 9 when he was coming in, whatever Chelsea was showing on videos. I saw him when he dominated PSG on UEFA Youth League. He's a superb athlete. And let me tell you, when it comes to closing more, you talk about closing defenders down. He's the best Chelsea academy player to read somebody how. Remember when I was telling Boogeyman about when you close in somebody, you close their strength. Like if they're right foot, you close their right foot. That's what he did to Man City. What's his name? Laporte. He closed the left foot. Laporte couldn't move. He's a better closer than Mount when it comes to pressing. I'm telling you this, and I'm a Mount lover. If you believe that Conor Gallagher cannot break into this Chelsea team, I can put my life on it that he's better than some of the players that are playing now. But I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm not going to call names, say he's better than this or whatever. But there's nobody in that front line that can score better than him, that can create better than him, that can pass better than him. There's nobody in our front line.
Plus,
not
he's
Kai,
like
not
Ruben.
Mount.
He's like Ruben.
You see Ruben?
He wants to come back.
He's a hybrid Ruben. Hybrid.
You know, he's
and
not
he's
like
both feet, left, right, and he's good in the air. And he can take free kick, he can take corner, he can take, you name it, that kid can do. And let me tell you one thing again. When it comes to this Conor Gallagher kid,
yeah, MTD, you listen, you are a good advocate for Conor Gallagher. You educate me, I will take it. Listen, I'm here to learn. My point to you at this point is, if Conor Gallagher come into Chelsea next season, is Conor Gallagher going to play in our one position in our pivot, the between, I mean, we call it Kante and Jorginho position? Is he going to move one of those two, or are we going to use Conor in other position like Mount? If we start using Conor Gallagher as a Mount, don't we just reduce his potential, like his capability, which we know he can actually press, he can actually go all the way to defense, take the ball, and defense he can tackle better than Mount. I've seen that, and all those pressing you talk about, I've seen that in the Manchester City game twice. Even the first goal of Zaha, he's the one that took the ball in the Laporte or in Pedri foot or something. He know how to press. All those things are accepted. But where Conor Gallagher is going to play, and even if he has to rotate with someone, isn't better for Conor Gallagher to go on loan next year instead of coming to Chelsea?
No, can I answer that one? Can I answer that one? Boogie, Matt, a few weeks ago, I said in that most show about Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher can play anywhere. I
agree with you.
Yeah. Hear me out, Boogie Man. He remind me actually Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher remind me Kevin De Bruyne, but he's got advantage over Kevin De Bruyne. He's got 2 engine. He can be anywhere and everywhere, and he's a threat. Kevin De Bruyne can stand in the D area. Kevin Gallagher, you find him inside the box, so he can score, he can assist, he can take free kicks, and he can pass the ball. I said it. If we get in Haaland next year, we've got to fit the system. We've got to get Conor Gallagher because that sort of player will fit that system for Lukaku and Haaland. Okay. Conor Gallagher is fantastic.
I think you guys don't just follow I understand.
No, I was gonna say this today.
My point, I cannot get across for some reason. I don't mind all those talent, all those qualification, or all the things Conor has. Does Conor come next season, or we wait another season?
No.
He has to come next season. He's got to come next season.
I'm gonna answer this. Boogie, I'm gonna tell you this, okay? I believe that Chelsea are gonna let go some few players this season. End of this season. They're gonna bring in certain players. No, not because of only Connor. Because of the thing is, in team after few seasons, you have to recycle a little bit, and Connor is gonna have his chance. So it's up to Connor to take it. And I'm telling you, even if Connor don't play the first 5 games, if Connor is given a chance, it's one kid that will take it. And whoever is there, he will not care whether you cost 100 million or 200 million. If Conor Gallagher.
Connor went on loan. Is a Tuchel decision or Connor himself decision? Because for all I remember,
no.
It's
Tuchel. No, let me get this one more.
Hold on. Lines are open, so I give priority to people in the chat. I'm gonna give Tobago 2 minutes, and then we'll come back to Kasim. Tobago, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Tobago.
Yes.
Tobago,
can you hear us? He's gone. Go on, Kasim, carry on.
I think if we come back, guys, I think Chelsea board and the manager itself, I don't know which one of them made a mistake. I mentioned that before. Look, Conor to go to Crystal Palace on loan because he was best player for West Brom, boy number 1. Boy number 2, he has outstanding pre-season, and he still let him go. So I think Tuchel made a mistake if Tuchel decided to let him go.
Kasim, I understand your point. My question is, who let him go?
But I tell you, the board, obviously Tuchel wants him.
But Tuchel, I think Tuchel said he think Conor Gallagher need another season on loan. I see he said something like that. For what I can
obviously, Tuchel is wrong.
Tobago is
Tuchel
here.
is wrong. Tuchel is wrong.
Tobago, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, and you?
We're
hey,
good.
Tobago,
We're good.
big up.
Tobago, good to have you back on the stream. Give us your thoughts on anything that we've discussed so far in the stream.
I'm gonna talk about Conor Gallagher.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
To be honest, I think next season we should loan him again, and then we should sell Jorginho, who will replace Jorginho for us, because I don't want us to sell that kid. He's so good.
Isn't Jorginho also playing good?
Jorginho is the best, but the problem is his agent.
Okay. His agent has been doing this for a couple of seasons now. You know, when it comes to any transfer window, he starts to talk about, he's homesick, this and that. Maybe it's just, banter, contract negotiations, marketing technique, tactic, whatever you want to call it. So it might just be that. Jorginho is a good player. Jorginho has been a great servant for Chelsea. Jorginho has done a lot while he's here at Chelsea. To have him replaced by a young, upcoming academy lad is a little bit soon, don't you think?
Yeah, it's soon. Okay.
Tobago, I'm hearing you, and I'm listening to your point of view. So convince me.
Did you see Conor Gallagher during Manchester City game? Was so good. He can help us.
Fantastic player. Fantastic player. Conor Gallagher is a fantastic player. Yeah.
Or I'll rather sell Ross Barkley and then give him a chance. What do you think about it?
That I don't disagree with at all. I think definitely get some money for Ross Barkley, and I think Gallagher definitely has a lot of potential.
A quick question for you. So you want us to sell Barkley? Did you see how many games Barkley was playing this season? Do you want Conor to play the same number of games? I mean, we all expect Conor to do better or to take his chances, but in case he doesn't take it, would you want Conor to play the same amount of game that Barkley is playing right now?
Yeah, that's the only problem I'm having right now. If you, like, for example, look at Saul now. We brought Saul, and then we thought he's going to play more games. Unfortunately, Loftus-Cheek is giving him a hell of a time. So even his Kana Gallagher, he will struggle to get minutes.
Then
I
what?
think-
Isn't it better to
But
just
Boogie-
leave him on loan for
Boogeyman,
another? Sorry,
Boogie-
go ahead. Sorry,
Boogeyman,
sorry,
Boogeyman,
sorry.
Boogeyman. Listen, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. And even if it is the same for the first season, I think Conor Gallagher will take the opportunity and he will get himself played into the team. Conor Gallagher is not Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley, he wasn't intentionally kept in the squad. We tried to get him out on loan. We tried to get him sold. It didn't work out for us. So the fact that he's here, the fact that he's playing well, is a bonus. It's a bonus. And for me, every good performance Ross Barkley puts in, that increases the opportunity of him being sold next season. So I'm all up for Barkley, putting in a good performance, and I hope that Barkley will pave the way for Conor Gallagher. And I think if Conor Gallagher comes in next season and gets five starts and maybe 10 substitutions appearances, that'll be all right for the first season for Conor Gallagher at Chelsea, debut season. Why not? It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse out on loan. I mean, just look at Billy Gilmore's situation.
Yeah, thanks, Kobego. Thanks for your answer, man. Thanks.
Tobago, anything else you want to add? How do you feel about the game tomorrow?
It's a game for us. We will win.
Easy game. Confidence.
Easy
I like
game.
it. Positivity.
Easy game.
Tobago, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap
Yes.
you and Boogeyman, because Boogeyman's always bringing negativity. You're bringing positivity. So I'm going to swap you guys over. I'm going to put you in my panel.
Tobago, give me your address in South Africa? We switch country. That way you can have a better internet and just stay here, man. Love you, man. Love you. All love, man.
Tobago, thank you for coming on. Love your input.
Take care.
Have a great day.
Thank
Cheers,
you,
Tobago.
thank you, guys.
Take care, mate.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Have a good one.
Anytime.
Bye-bye. Guys, lines will be open for a little bit longer. Anybody wants to jump in, click on that link. It's the pinned link in the comment, and jump right in. Any interesting thought on Gallagher's situation? We are gonna be. Ross Barkley will probably be gone. Saul Niguez, I'm not so sure about Saul Niguez. Boogeyman, you're saying
He'll be
Saul
gone.
Niguez will be.
He'll be gone.
Boogeyman thinks he's staying. Boogeyman thinks he's staying.
He ain't gonna
I-
stay,
I- I-
Boogeyman.
Yeah,
What makes you think he's gonna stay, Boogeyman? What makes you think he's gonna stay?
I just think that he's Spanish. He came from another league,
Yeah.
and for some reason he's coming cheap also at the same time. 30 million for a player like him, and I'm thinking because he's left-footed,
Yeah.
30 million for is not a bad. It's not like a bad investment. Even if he come to be zero or whatever, we can still sell him to Spanish team for 16 million or whatever it is. So my point is, because Chelsea always have a lot of game, even if Conor Gallagher was here, we will end up using we also need a left-footed to play wing back or play or support roles. I'm not sure, but I think, and I'm still convinced because when I see him playing, the way he's always present in the box, I think that's a quality Tuchel may need at one point. So I just think he has all, and at the same time, he's cheap. As long as he's not succeeding in the Premier League, I just think it's just a matter of time. Because he came from La Liga. That's all I think. I'm pretty sure MDT going to be like, oh, okay, this is another that Tottenham player. Whatever, I forgot his name all the time. Dele Alli. This is Spanish Dele Alli. Yo, can you not say that anymore?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna say before City played Crystal Palace, Manchester Evening News, the main paper here that have connection with all the teams, the local teams or whatever, wrote specifically about how Conor Gallagher is a threat. Here up north, I'm telling you, they love him. They love that kid. You will not go to anywhere they're not talking about him. That was even before he performed this weekend, and after this weekend as well. It's like something is building up here. Like people are talking about him like non-stop. If Chelsea fans don't know what we have, speak to your rival fans. They will tell you what we have, and the club knows. Okay, maybe Chelsea fans, they don't know because we have so many good players in our academy. We don't give them their flowers. We're looking at players from other teams and say, oh, you know what? Yesterday, we praising all other players from other teams. Conor Gallagher is a different juice at all. All our academy players are unique. They have different things the other one don't have. They're not the same. So they can complement each other because they've been playing with each other for a long time, since they were 9. So for anybody to think that they cannot play in certain system or this system or whatever, no, they can play any system you want them to play. It's up to the manager what he wants from them. But these kids are different. They're different. And I don't think Chelsea will ever have a generation of talent. For the past 5 years of, like from Rubin all the way up now, we are lucky because our current academy, the under 19 and the under 18, they're not as good as the ones that we're seeing. The under 16 they're good, but the under 18 or under 19 they're not as good. So let me tell people that. So what we think we have now is gonna stop. There will be another 4 or 5 years where we will not have an academy player that as good as what we have. So we should enjoy it. And if we lose this batch, we're gonna be a buying club again.
Yeah,
Can I just add?
We're looking at game time, MTD. Game time.
Yeah, but listen, right? I live quite close to Crystal Palace, they're my local team. So I know a lot of Crystal Palace supporters. So I know people who've watched this guy play week in, week out. Every time I've seen him play for Palace, I've been impressed. But these guys, when they see him in the flesh at the ground, they are waxing lyrical about it. I said, why did you let this guy go out on loan? He said, these guys said he's way too good for our team. He just runs the show week in, week out. So he's showing a consistent level. It's not the highlights that you guys are seeing on Match of the Day or whatever. This is a guy who's doing it week in, week out, consistently for them. He was in a poor West Bromwich Albion team. He was their standout midfielder as well.
Yeah, I was the player of the year.
Player of the year, and that shows a lot of. And I keep saying to you guys, you know, because one thing that MTD did when he was waxing lyrical about him, one thing that he didn't say, which is important to me, is character and desire. You know, that's what takes a player from good to a very good or nearly world class. If you've got that ability, Mason Mount's got it. That's why he's always in the England side. He's always in our manager's team because of his character and his ability, his will to win, and that's what Conor Gallagher's got as well. And so those characters are hard to buy. You know, you see a lot of talented players here and there, but players with that right mentality, they're hard to come by. That's why you're looking at the likes of Tottenham now. We're talking about Tottenham at the beginning of the show. Why they're not doing so well when they've got some talented players? Because they haven't got the mentality. They haven't got the right mindset when they're going against tough. You know what, Max?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but we spoke to Newcastle fans a few days ago, and you know one player that they were.
I know.
Really
I listened to it. Gallagher,
it's Gallagher.
I mentioned,
you know, you know, rival fans know what this guy's all about. They know how good he is. I want to bring in Vednek. Vednek, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Give us your thoughts on the Gallagher situation, mate.
There's not much thought. I said it before you. I always said that he's going to be a better player than Mount. I got in a head-to-head with Johnny before over it, and it's just regular thing. I think he has that extra, you know, Mount is good, average in everything he does, but he doesn't have that zing, like that's something extra. Well, Gallagher got everything what Mount got, but he also got that feistiveness about him. I think it's the I don't know what what's the word in English. He got that little nastiness to it. He's not afraid to go into tackles. He's not afraid to get personal like he did against Manchester City. What's the player? Grealish. Him and Grealish got into it. And he was not aggression. It's like not stupid aggression, if that's making any sense. He makes I said it before. I like Gallagher before he was playing for Crystal Palace. When he was on loan with West Brom, I thought he was even then he was good. The problem for me is Now Chelsea youngsters start to figure it out one thing. They don't have to go on loans. They can go and be playing for other clubs. And I think Gallagher is one of those players. If he will just get a sniff of somebody's gonna give him better contract, he will look to it. Tuchel said before he went on loan to Crystal Palace, I like you. I think you're a great player, but I want you to play more than you're gonna play at Chelsea. And I think Gallagher did the right thing by going on loan. I think Cho should have done that. That's my point about Gallagher. Gallagher is, I will say, more like talented as a creativity wise. For me, he's the better player up towards the top of the box than in the middle of the box, even though he's good at the middle of the box also. But he shines when he goes forward.
Do you see Gallagher next season?
Alex, can I
rotational
ask
player?
Oh
you a
yeah,
question?
yeah.
hold on,
There's
hold on.
plenty of players that he can challenge for the spot. Starts from Ziyech all the way to Timo Werner.
Go on,
He
Cassie.
can.
So Gallagher, Ziyech. So you're talking about our front line, or you're talking about all the position except the centre backs, or except the wing back and centre backs?
Yeah. All the
can challenge
positions
for all those positions.
instead of CB and defensive DM. He can play well, not obviously not center forward, but he can play that attacking. I think he can do better in the Mount position than what Mount. We are actually asking for that specific player that where Mount's playing now. He can drop like Mount does, but he can create more than Mount does. He has that pass. He has that vision between the lines. I'm not dragging Mount into it like Mount is a bad player. No, don't get me wrong. It's not that. I just think he is more better fit
That's
for
how you
that
see it, right?
specific.
It's an all-round
Yeah.
game, isn't it?
So,
Can I ask you a question, Alex?
Hold on. Guys. One at a time. Kasim.
I think Bobby's.
Alex, sorry.
Yeah.
Kasim.
Alex, from what you said and from my information, I think Tuchel made a mistake getting on
No.
the gas and
No.
letting Gallagher go on loan. Because if he said to him, I like you, and we know he was the worst from player of the season. He was, when he played against Man U and drew 1-1, was from, he got man of the match. So why did he let him go on loan and get
Kazim,
someone
I can tell
with his-
Kazim, you never played.
Nick,
I can tell you never played.
Nick, hold on.
Yeah.
Kasim is an ex-pro.
Never played about football.
Bobby, let me hear yours. Bobby.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Kazim. Sorry, I interrupted.
Kasim
Sorry, I
has
interrupted
played.
you.
Yeah, Kasim has played. Let's have that right. He's played at quite a
Excellent.
high level. But
Okay, I
but
take
that
it.
aside, that aside.
No. I'm
Boogeyman-
not saying like as a youngster, you don't care. You just want to play. You actually, there's nothing you could have done.
I'm blaming Tuchel, bro.
Hold on.
Bro,
Guys,
I'm blaming Tuchel.
guys,
No.
1 second. Bobby's speaking.
Yeah, I just
speaking.
want
Oh,
to
sorry.
land and say that Alex, I fully understand what you're saying. Up until the point where you're saying that everybody, you mentioned quite a few players that have to go on loan, and I truly believe that loan is not for everybody. It has to be tailored fit to specific players, and why I think Tuchel allowed Gallagher to go out on loan. It's not that he wasn't aware of his talents. I think Tuchel was a bit overwhelmed by the amount of players that Chelsea had at his disposal at the beginning of the pre-season. He complained. I think he had about 40-something players, so he had to definitely let some go, including some youngsters. And if I remember rightly, Tuchel was not in favour of doing any sale at all of Gallagher. He just wanted him to go out and play so he could observe him a bit more from a distance. And
Yeah.
he will have done that this season. In my
Can I answer
mind,
you
and
so
I'm
much,
sure from what I know of Chelsea, there is absolutely no chance that Conor Gallagher will go on loan again next season. And what I want to sort of bring up to Boogeyman is, listen, you've got to understand that these are utility midfielders that we have here. These kids can play, just as Mo MTD said, in different positions all around that midfield area. In Gallagher's case, he's better more offensively than defensively, but he can play defensively, just like Loftus-Cheek. These are utility players. So don't try and box them into, if Jorginho isn't playing, who can he come and displace? He can displace anybody and everybody. And that's the beauty of these players. Let's not be limited in our thinking. Oh, we've got a first 11, that's it. They won't get game time, they've got to be sold. That's not how it works.
Can I answer him?
You know what? Sorry, just 1 minute.
Max, 1 second, Max. Wednek, is your name Alex?
Yes.
Alex, go ahead, mate.
One thing, first of all, if anybody knows Tuchel, like I've been saying it since he came first, since he became Chelsea coach. Tuchel responds only to two things: the work rate and to be a versatile player. That things he prefers more than anything. He said it for a long time. He said it at the Borussia. He said it in every club he won. He likes versatile players. That's how he thinks. Because if one goes, another can cover for him. Until you respond about why he had overwhelmed by midfielders. So if he was so overwhelmed, why we rented Saul? If we were so good at so packed at midfield, why did we need the Saul?
So it wasn't just the midfield. He had players from all over the place.
We're talking about Gallagher, right?
And we are. And I personally think that Saul is going. We don't want another Drinkwater or Zappacosta again. We've been there. Saul is a horrible mistake. We don't need him.
What I'm saying is, you're saying that Gallagher left because we have too much midfielders. That's not the case.
No,
Can I answer that question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see, Max. Go on, Max.
Right. Listen, the reason why Saul's more of an experienced player, so he doesn't need the minutes. Gallagher needed game time, so that's why he said it. He said he needed to go out on loan to get more minutes under his belt. Okay, at his age, that's important for his development. That's
why I said it. That's why I assumed that Kazim didn't play, because if Kazim was playing, he will know that as you young, the most important thing is get those minutes under the belt. You will drag me off the field. I didn't know that Kazim played. So sorry for that. I didn't mean to.
No, that's fine. I understand that. And also, I think the dream of Roman is to have his academy player, or he want to have a Chelsea full
players. Yeah, that's what
of academy player. That's one of his dreams. So I don't see Conor Gallagher being sold. I'm not, and I don't want it to happen. But the question in general, like we said, is Mark said Tuchel. I don't know if Tuchel will think the same way. You say, okay, Saul is an experienced player, so Saul does not need too much of minute. But Conor Gallagher is a young player, and he needs a minute to develop. Would Tuchel think the same way next season? I think Bobby has said no. There's no way that next season, when Conor Gallagher is in the preseason, Tuchel is going to think this way, because now is Conor an experienced player. Next season at the preseason, I just don't know.
I can answer you that. No, remember how here's how you lose the player on your squad. If the player fight for the same position and both of them at the same age, that's how you lose in one player. Because if you put the Gallagher versus Mount for Chelsea starting 11, you're gonna lose one of them. I don't care who you are, but if you put two young players for same position, one of them leaving. It only works if one player is old, another player is young. That's how it works.
So what about Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount, Timo Werner? You name them, all our front line. They're all close to the same range of age, but none of them left because this one is younger.
Wait until the summer. Wait
I don't
until the
think.
summer.
I don't. With
If
all
we're
the
gonna
injury we
like
have,
look.
understand that logic at all.
Listen,
I
the
understand that
point-
logic for okay, Livermore. Can Livermore will play at Chelsea? Will Reece James is in it? Is Livermore will be happy?
You mean
Oh,
Livramento?
you mean
Livramento, yeah.
Yeah.
Will he be happy at Chelsea?
Yeah,
Listen,
but
playing
Aspie's
with
getting
James.
on, mate. Aspie's getting on. Aspie's getting
Can
on. They want to blame
Can I make
Aspie,
my
is it?
point?
So what if Aspi? Hold on, we don't have, for example, we don't have Aspi. We only have Livramento and Reece James. One of them is starter. Who's gonna be happy sitting on the bench at 21? Please tell me.
Right, can
No,
I
Alex,
make my point? Right, listen.
I can answer that.
Let me talk first. Let me talk quick. Right, there's a tweet that's came out a few minutes ago. Right, so this is our fixtures for in a few weeks' time because the Brentford League Cup tie has been decided. So on Thursday we play at home to Everton. On the Sunday we play away to Wolves. Then on the Tuesday we play away to Brentford. That's 3 games in 6 games. Okay. This is a squad now, and we've got to get.
Yes.
As Bobby keeps saying, let's get away from this 11 thing. And you know what? Tuchel likes to rotate and keep his squad active. So
Fresh,
we're not.
yeah.
It's and fresh. That's it. So we're not in this thing. But who's going to play here? Who's going to play? There's enough games, enough minutes for everybody to play to make us competitive. Look at Man City; they do that all the time. You know, I can't put any Man City players in my fantasy league team because I don't know who Pep's going to be leaving out one season, and that's why it's been proved successful. That's why Liverpool are probably going to burn out towards the middle of the season because they play most of the same players week in, week out. Yeah, so we need a competitive squad now of 20 odd players to compete.
Max, I completely agree with you, but that doesn't have nothing to do with the youngster like Gallagher.
Has everything to do with the youngsters. The team is full of youngsters.
I was going to
No,
say
you're
that.
saying
Right
about
now.
playing time, but you'll get
cannot
playing
agree with
time.
Yeah,
Max.
playing time. I don't.
I
I'm a
was
strong
expecting
believer.
you to
I'm
say-
strong believer in the loan system. I believe in the loan system because that's how you get better players. There's not such a thing as the player did.
The thing is this, Alex. This season is different than other seasons because we are in every competition that we're playing in up until now. Now, had we been knocked out of the Carabao Cup, had we been had a tough draw in the Champions League and looking to leave, it would be different. But right now we're in all the competitions and we're in them to win them. We're in.
I know that. So you're saying we have a small squad?
No. The point we're trying to make is this: if Chelsea are able to maintain this kind of form for the next few seasons, if Chelsea are going to be, one of the best clubs in the world, we are always going to have a lot of fixtures. Therefore, we need to have a squad that is going to be able to give players like Gallagher and others playing time.
100% agree.
Yeah, and I think
the only problem is if Gallagher not gonna go on loan next season, he will not be happy.
That's the thing. I believe that once you have a breakout season, your breakout season, you're never going to play 20, 30 games in that season. Unless it's going to be in the circumstances that Frank Lampard had with the ban and whatnot. You're going to be lucky to play maybe 5 starts and maybe 10 sub appearances in your breakout season. But that's why it's a breakout season. And that's why you're playing.
His
for
breakout
Chelsea,
season, not now. His breakout season was Brown.
No. With Chelsea.
Chelsea.
With Chelsea.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that's what we're gonna have to balance. And I think a player like Gallagher, with the potential that he has, he will be able to impress enough to be getting more game time, just like Loftus-Cheek has done and Barkley has done, and others.
If you look at Phil Foden as well. Sorry, Phil Foden at Man City.
Sorry, Max. I want to get Boogeyman to come in because he was about to.
I understand what you're saying, Max.
So
before
I'll
you
get
said it,
Boogeyman
I
and
know.
I'll bring him Max in. Go on, Boogeyman.
No, the fact is, I think I just want to bring that side of the equation, just the fact that if Tuchel came to that conclusion this season that Conor Gallagher, I love you so much, but I need you to go on loan and get more game because I feel like you're not experienced, and bring Saul in. And the complication is the fact that now Ruben took Saul position that Saul was supposed to take. So next season, we all know the capability or the potential of Conor Gallagher. The question to me, for example, or the doubt I'm having is when it comes to Tuchel, when the next preseason, is Tuchel going to look at Conor Gallagher and say, okay, you are 100% part of my squad, like the way Mark keeps saying it, squad, stop talk. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Squad, are you part of my squad? Or I look at you, oh, this kid has a lot of potential. What you showed me at Palace last season was so good, and I'm thinking, so if you stay with me, you will play a few cup games. It might limit your development. I'll just leave you. I'll let you go for another season outside. And then Conor be like, okay, listen, Manchester City trying to get me for this Newcastle coming, they're trying to get me at it, and they get frustrated. That's where I am. I'm just thinking.
You're not thinking correctly, if I may say so. You're not. No, I don't mean it to sound
Oh yeah, Bobby,
rude.
Bobby, you know I love you, right? I know you will come and I mean, that's good.
I love you too, man. You know, but this we've got to have this right. You know, you're switching to finite things. You're presuming that if he comes and performs, that he's still going to be limited to cup games. This is Chelsea Football Club. If you
exactly, that's what I was trying to say.
You will play. Look at Ruben. Is Ruben limited to cup games? Ruben has stepped up to the plate. Now we're talking if Ruben's fit, he plays. If Conor is showing the form for Chelsea as he's doing with Crystal Palace, I'm telling you right now, this game we're talking about with Malmo, it'll be him playing instead of Ziyech. This is Chelsea. The best the cream will always rise to the top. And if he proves himself, he will rise to the top.
Bobby, can I ask you a quick question? Just a small one.
Yep.
Conor will play the position of Ziyech.
Can I just say something more?
Hold on. Wait. Go on,
someone give me something to slap Kasim.
You have a pink guitar in your hand, man.
Sorry, my internet. Sorry, I'm a bit behind. My internet playing.
Oh yeah. No, your internet is
playing. I'm behind.
Blame on the internet. Blame it on the internet.
Would you? I know you like wise. Would you be happy?
Alex, shut up.
If someone slap this guy for me.
Hold on. One second. All right, carry on.
So, would you be happy or be content to have Conor Gallagher play that position where we know that the full potential of Conor Gallagher is running that channel in the midfield because he can tackle, he can press, he can take the ball off, he can dribble, he has more potential that just limit his potential to Ziyech, what Ziyech is doing. So that's where would you be happy? If you say yes, then okay, good.
Yes, because if you have a player like that playing that position, you will play differently. You wouldn't just play that position, you'll interchange in game. You're not just going to have somebody stuck out on the left or stuck out on the right because you know you have a player that can do both. It's like with Juventus now and what's that guy?
Chiesa.
Chiesa. You know, Chiesa is another somewhat utility midfielder. He can attack. He can play make. He can play in the middle. The only thing I haven't seen him do is play as a defensive midfielder. He's a versatile midfielder. So if he is there, he doesn't necessarily have to hog the line. The way you play will automatically change. So if, for example, Conor Gallagher is playing instead of Ziyech, just for example, the way we play in our attacking thrust will change because of the player we have on the field. I think that is massive plus for Chelsea if the kid comes back and can do what we know he can do.
All right, good.
Listen, guys.
Wait.
I'll give you all 2 minutes each, and in those 2 minutes you can say whatever you want, but you have to conclude it on your score prediction for tomorrow. We'll start with you, Max.
Yeah, sorry. So what I was going to say earlier, in more in response to what Alex was saying, was about minutes. That Phil Foden, for instance, at Manchester City. Okay, he wasn't. He had to be patient. he got his minutes, although we saw the ability with him, and he's progressed and progressed. And now he's one of the first players on the team sheet because he's said to Pep, I can't be dropped. You know, if Gallagher is going to be the player that we wanted to be, he's got to get in. It's up to him. It's up to him. When he's in the team, he's got to say, look, I can't be dropped. Like Mason Mounts now, he's come into the side and he said, look, this is my position now. Somebody's got to fight me for this. Yeah. So I believe that Gallagher can make it in the team. And Chalobah as well. He's another one that shows what happens when you're patient. You know, he was out on loan a couple of times. He stayed with the club this season. He's got his opportunities, and now he's earned himself a new contract. Let's talk about him getting a new contract. And he's going to be a rotational player, but he's going to get enough games to keep him happy at Chelsea. And maybe next season, the season after that, then he can become a mainstay. So that's the way it works. It's just a bit of patience and belief in your ability, and you'll make it. So that's my 2 minutes. So tomorrow, 3-0.
That's kind of conservative for you, Max. I mean, it's Malmo. 3-0?
It's away, so yeah, I'll just go 3-0.
All right. Well, just out of interest, what was Zane saying?
How's the weather there? Anyone?
We didn't actually do a preview this today.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, I don't have time.
Because normally Zane is spot on when it comes to this prediction. So it'll be interesting. Max, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Tomorrow
Cheers,
I'll be doing a watch along. So if
I'll try and get on. But I may be ahead of you guys. You guys watch it on dodgy streams, don't you? I've got the proper channel.
Max, the disrespect. Wow.
I mean, at least 3 weeks.
No, you're not invited. You're not invited. You're not invited. Stay.
I'll keep it on the down low. I won't. Yeah, but they may be cheering, so they may be giving it away.
Sweet.
Right.
Sweet,
anyway,
sweet.
I'm going to run now, so I'll see you guys.
See you tomorrow.
Maybe hopefully tomorrow and watch it.
Take care, Max.
Take care, Max. See you later. Bye. I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna go to Eric. I wonder if he's still around. Eric, you still there? Eric, Earth to Eric. See, I knew I was taking a risk. Going to Eric. Let's go to DJ Sav. DJ Sav, give me. I mean, I know you don't give predictions. But give me your final thoughts on the topics that we talked about and your expectations for tomorrow.
First of all, on Conor Gallagher, for me, I'm hearing what everyone has to say tonight. I've always had the thing of Conor Gallagher was always going to come back to Chelsea anyway and get his opportunity. I think his loans the last couple of seasons, he's shown what a player he can be, and I just think he'll get that opportunity next season. In terms of obviously I don't give the predictions, as you know, but tomorrow I always predict my team to win. So yeah, I'm going to go for a Chelsea win all the way, mate.
All right, brilliant, DJ. If you've got time tomorrow, we'd love to have you.
Excellent, bro.
Right,
take care, everyone.
Cheers,
Peace out, everyone. Thanks for having us on again, bro.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Take care. Bye. I'm going to go to. You know what, guys? Question. This is a question to everybody apart from to Alex. Do you guys think we should add Alex to the panel? I'll start sending him a link, man. No. He has some good points, though.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding.
On the one condition, if Quazim is kicked out.
You can kick me out, man.
Just kidding.
No, Alex, drop me a DM, and I will send you a link for the watch along tomorrow. We'll take it from there.
Oh, I'll drop you. I just don't know if I can do it tomorrow.
Drop me a DM and
we'll
stream. Yeah, no worries. I'll let you give me your final thoughts on the topics we talked about and also your prediction for tomorrow.
Who are you asking?
You.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to come back. I want to finish something before on a Gallagher. I'm not saying Gallagher needs to leave next season. I think Gallagher loans. I'm full loans, and 2 previous loans showed me that Gallagher is ready to come at Chelsea next season. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. I was advocating for the loans, which is now and last season and season before that he did. now he actually can start for Chelsea, not this year but next year. That's what I want. I just don't want no other club sniffing around them when in the summertime, because you know how you can take somebody's nose away. Um, I always liked the loan system because we did not have loan system. I had to play with the B team all the time, and it sucks. It sucks when you play with the same players, same players. You defend against the same players. It's too static. That's why I like the loan system in England. For tomorrow's game, it's 5-0. Jorginho hat trick on the penalties.
That's going to be an interesting game to watch, man. There'll be a lot of fouls.
I've got less than 2 minutes, so then I donate my time to Quasim.
Wait. Before you go. No, hold on. He said 3 penalties, yeah? That means there's going to be some 3 major fouls in the penalty box.
Exactly. Hopefully we don't get them injured.
Hey, I almost guessed it the last time. The last time we played, I said Jorginho penalties. If Jorginho foul in the box, should be a penalty, and that will make him hat trick on the penalties. I'm going to get for it.
It's a specific prediction.
Yes.
If it comes true, it'll be very interesting. We'll be having some Nostradamus vibes on the blue line. So big up to you, Eric. Alex, thank you for coming on, mate. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Alex. I took offense of someone's George Abel say MDT Max and Alex are very knowledgeable. What about me, man?
One quick quote before I leave. One quick quote. Boogeyman, like I was watching before I came in. MDT did not even ask the question. You already said I disagree. Like he didn't even finish. He didn't even finish his sentence. I already disagree.
Alex, they have good chemistry. They have good chemistry. So they know what the ones.
Thank you, Alex.
Alex. Don't come back here again. Yeah.
I'll see you.
Take care, brother. Have a good day. Bye bye. All right. Let's go to Kasim. Let's go to Kasim. Actually, wait. Eric, are you there? Eric? Yeah, let's go to Kasim. Go
on. Can I just say something regarding Boogeyman, actually? If Conor Gallagher, Player of the Year for West Brom, and so far he's the West Player of the Year for Crystal Palace, that's telling me he's going to be starter for Chelsea next year. Because he cannot go better than that. If he does it in the Premier League, he's Players of the Year, wherever he goes, he has to start for Chelsea. And I believe one of the midfielders, or Jorginho, is going to go sold. He's going to get sold next year. They got, like MDT say, they got to be certain someone's got to go. Someone's got to come in. I think Jorginho is going to hit the 30, which is 30 next year. So if we can get 60 million for him, I will sell it. I will still use it.
I'm not supposed to answer. Sorry.
Not a discussion. Kasim, your thoughts on the game tomorrow?
Prediction. I'm quite good in prediction. Right.
We'll find out in a second. Go on.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna go 4-0. 4-0.
4-0. Okay. You know what? We should be writing these down and see who comes in close. You said 4-0. Alex said 5-0 with 3 Jorginho penalties.
5-0.
Max said 3-0. We'll see. All right, Kasim, tomorrow, watch along. If you can make it, I'd love to have you on.
What time is that, Mo? What time?
I think 6 o'clock kickoff. So we'll be doing an hour earlier, so 5 o'clock.
Right. See you later, guys, and have a good night. Take care.
Thanks
for having me.
Yo, Kasim, but you were wrong. Oh, he's already gone.
He's gone. Eric, where you been?
Yo.
Where you been?
Look, yeah, I've been.
Listen, Eric. Eric. You're doing this a lot, yeah? You're coming into my studio, saying hello, then you go have lunch and dinner and whatever, and then you come back and just say goodbye. What's that all about, man? What's that all about?
I was here for I was in like 10 minutes away. I've been here for most of the stream.
Yeah, but you haven't really interacted, Eric. Come on, man. I want to see more interaction now.
Yeah. I haven't had too much to say this time.
You can make it up for us tomorrow. I
can. Yeah.
So let me hear your thoughts on Gallagher and also on the match tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, look, Gallagher is better than I thought he was. I always thought he was a good player, but I think he has a lot of potential. He's a lot better than good. I still don't think there's a space for him, but we'll have to see. Maybe long term it makes a lot more sense, but in the short term, I can't see him playing too much if he gets into the squad. But we'll have to see. Hopefully he doesn't get sold. I want him to get into the team. I think he's good enough, but we just have to see how it works. And if he's a week in, week out starter, I'm very curious to see where he plays. Does he play up front? Does he play in the pivots? I don't know. So yes, he can play in the various positions, but Oh, hello. Okay.
Do you think that Crystal Palace is having a good season so far?
Crystal Palace are having a very good season, and
how big of a factor has Gallagher been for the success of their season?
I mean, I think he's the best player. Yeah.
Thank you.
You look. I understand I get it, and my thing is, I just want to know exactly where his best position is. I'm not too sure, and I'm assuming if he's playing, week in, week out, he will have, a set position where he plays most of the time. That's just my assumption, but I think it's an exciting thing, and obviously Gilmour as well. I'm just very curious to see what happens. Onto the match. I'm not going to predict a 3-0 victory. As Kasim made his prediction, I just thought, that's definitely not happening. So I won't do what he did. I'll say 2-0. 2-0 Chelsea. First scorer, maybe difficult. Maybe a penalty.
Hakim Ziyech to score tomorrow.
You know what? I'll say Havertz, because Havertz was supposed to score before, and I don't know. I can't remember the last time he scored.
I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. The fixture at Stamford Bridge. I was sitting watching them warm up. Yeah. They had their goalkeeper and they were taking shots at the goalkeeper. I swear to you, he must have saved 2 out of 20 shots. And I was thinking to myself, their goalkeeper, the Malmo goalkeeper, I don't know his name.
Oh, wow.
Right. Okay. He saved 2 out of the 20 shots that were shooting at him. So I was thinking to myself, either this guy is really bad or they're really good at their shooting. Okay. Now, it turned out to be that he was really bad because they substituted him off at half-time and then they brought in another guy who was just as bad. Okay, so 2-0, I think it's limited, especially if Hakim Ziyech is starting, because Hakim Ziyech takes a lot of long-range shots, and that goalkeeper did nothing when it came to long-range shots.
Yeah, I mean,
like Kepa goal.
The last, we'll see. But to be fair, the last time we won, I think it was 2 penalties as well, right? So
yes.
So it would have been 2-0 without the penalties.
And we lost 2 players.
We'll see what happens. But I'm sticking with 2-0, man. I'm sticking with 2-0, and let's see what happens.
I'm just trying to convince you to change it, man. I reckon it'll be twice as much. Eric, I will speak to you tomorrow. Hopefully in the watch along. It's gonna be a good one. Take care, brother. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
Cheers, Eric.
It was so funny when you said that they were doing shot on the goalie and the goalie only stopped 2 out of 20. Why would they show that to us? Why would they even show that to Chelsea? Like, can't they just stop shooting on
it was the warm up.
But that's not good.
I know. I was saying by the corner flag and I'm looking at him like, this guy even gonna touch one of these shots. It was crazy. And it is what it is. Boogeyman, give me your final thoughts and give me your predicted scoreline.
Listen, thanks for having me again. It was a good stream, and Bobby and MDT Max, they taught me a lot of lesson again. But listen, I'm still
They
the
were
boogeyman.
educated. They were
They
educated.
educated me. They educated me. But listen, man, I'm taking those information in. I will process them, and I'm coming back stronger. That's all I can say at this point. The truth is, Conor Gallagher, he is. Hopefully, his attitude is as good as Max has said, and I think if Chelsea chairman is still thinking of having a dream team of Chelsea Academy playing in our first team, I think he has his shot. And hopefully Tuchel does not get himself in a complication thought and decided to loan him again or upset his chances at Chelsea. So other than that, listen, whatever happened. I would love to have him, and at least he's a Chelsea through and through, and pretty sure we will not have to spend too much money on Declan Rice and Tchouameni. Yeah, is the second one we too many we keep talking about. So when it comes to the prediction, listen, I think we're going to win, but for some reason I feel like we're going to end up playing 11 against 10. One of the Malmo players will be sent off again, and so it's going to be 6-0.
Whoa.
Yeah, because
Boogeyman just stole my scoreline. You know what?
Seriously?
I protest this. I protest this.
I just think the confidence that is boiling inside the Chelsea team at this point, the movement. Like I rewatched the Newcastle game. Am I taking too much? If you want, I can just stop.
No, you're good. You're good. Carry on.
Yeah, okay. So I rewatched the Newcastle game. If Malmo end up being less quality than Newcastle, which they are, I guarantee you that. If they try to score on us, if they sit back, they might manage to get 4-0 out of us, and we might give. But if they try to play the game, 6-0 is nothing. But because the game we play against Newcastle with this team, Havertz and Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho, Cho, the press, the speed at which that ball was moving, is crazy. So I think we're reaching a level in the Tuchel system that oppositions should start being scary about. Because if we play against you and you're not ready for it, it's going to be like a lot of goals. So I think tomorrow is going to be another one. 6. That will be my prediction this time.
All right, fair enough. I kind of think it's going to be a big scoreline as well. I'm not disagreeing with you there, Boogeyman. Boogeyman, thank you for being here. Tomorrow, watch along. Hope to see you there, mate. Hope to see you there.
I'll pop in, yeah. Thanks, man. Bobby, have a good night. MTD, thanks for your time. And I'm Kasim. Cheers.
Boogeyman.
Take care. Bye-bye. Good night. All right, we'll go to MDT. MDT, mate. Give me your thoughts on the Gallagher situation, and also your prediction for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mo. And Bobby, again as usual, keeping the calm head and wisdom. You and Max. Yeah, and the thing with Gallagher, some people might think like some of us, we love the academies. Well, no, for me, it's love for Chelsea. If these kids were not good, I will never ever talk about them. The thing is, when you look around the globe, when you know that you have the better thing at home, why are you looking outside? For me, that's what I don't understand. If anybody follow Conor Gallagher or any of the academy players, compare them to their peers, you will know that they're better than them in every aspect, quality-wise, quantity-wise. Even like this kid, they have like what the young people say, is it ice in your vein? Mm-mm. They don't have blood. They chill. They're single-minded. They're like hunters. When they see something, they want it, they go for it. That's the thing. The academy, we all have to praise them all. You got to praise the owner. You got to praise Michael Imanalo. He's not there now, but we have to praise everything. Neil Bev, Jody Morris, they all contributed. This academy is the best. But one thing we should know, our current crop of academy players that are coming to step up next, they're not as good as the ones that are on loan and the one that's left. So we should make sure that the ones that we have, not lose them. The under 16 are very good, but not the 18 and 19. They're not. I'm gonna be honest with you. They are one of the worst Chelsea have had in the past 8 years. I'm not slagging the kids off, but they're not like the top. If you check even the league table right now, the Chelsea academy is struggling compared to previous years. Okay, that's the thing. Conor Gallagher has all the, like people will say, the minerals to be, if not one of the best English midfielders ever. You will soon, in the next 5 years, 6 years, his stats will lie across table. They will compare him to some of the best in the country. I will tell you this. You will come back and tell me, oh, Mo, you said this before. Conor Gallagher, that's how it's different. He's a different ball player. It's different. And when you have a different player in your team, you got to take that. You can't say, oh, you can't. You got to take different. We need different midfielders. It's like when you're cooking, you need salt, you need seasoning. If you're cooking jack chicken, you need spice, you need, Conor Gallagher is the one that mix everything together. Mount, Gallagher, it works. So I love the guy. I love the guy. When it comes to Malmo, to be honest, I don't think it's gonna be hard anyway. You know me. I believe that if Chelsea play Chelsea, nobody can beat us. We are the one that will beat ourselves. Every time we lose, it's on us because we didn't do the right thing. I think it's gonna be 6-0. I don't see anything. I think they're gonna be red carded very early, the way they play. And the only thing that will save them is because of Sweden. It's very cold at this time of the year. If there's a frost on the pitch, it's bubbling or whatever, those are the things that might save them. But if that's not the case, it's going to be an easy 6-0. Easy 6-0. We might be even forced up, we might score 4, and the game will be done and dusted then.
It's gonna be a game that let's hope it's not controversial. Let's hope it's not controversial because goals will come. Victory is there. Let's just hope we don't see anything controversial or anything stupid happen because their aggression could have a reaction. And let's hope we don't they don't get under our skin because there's a flip side to every situation. So let's hope we are able to maintain our composure and take the easy win that it should be tomorrow. Mo, always a pleasure to have you on, and I hope to see you tomorrow in the watch along. Take care, brother. Have a good night.
Yeah, I'll try. Take care. Have a good day, Bobby.
Cheers.
Have a good night.
Good night, Mo.
Cheers. Bobby,
Yeah.
mate, I left you to the end because I wanted to keep you awake. No, Bobby, give me your thoughts on the Gallagher, Gilmour, the youngster situation, and also your prediction for tomorrow.
Yeah, gosh, okay, I'll start with Gallagher. I've made no secret of the fact that I am an ardent fan of Federico Chiesa. I love seeing young players blossom into incredible talent, and I think Federico is the next set of your Ronaldos, Messi's, that quality of player. Having said that, we've got one Federico Chiesa type in our own backyard, and that is Conor Gallagher. We've all watched the kid. I've been pleasantly surprised by his exploits. Initially, I never rated him as highly as I do now, but game after game after game, he's showing his quality. And as I always say, the cream always rises to the top. The thing that Gallagher is doing is what we hoped Gilmour would be doing in his position. But quite clearly, Billy Gilmour has a way to go. And in my opinion, has made a mistake from stepping outside of the Chelsea clutches because he's made his journey harder. He's made his journey such that he has to prove himself the more. Maybe it's a good thing, might make him a better player in the end, as Thomas Tuchel alluded to, but he could have made that journey a little bit easier. However, we are where we are, and I think where we are now, all eyes for the Chelsea board has to be on the return of Conor Gallagher. The thing I'm thinking of here is I believe he signed a new contract before going out on loan. That's usually the Chelsea way. I have to check that. But if he did, that means he still has quite some length of contract to go. And he will be able to have a good bedding in time next season, because he's got to come back next season. There's just no two ways about it. As far as the game against Malmo is concerned, I don't give score predictions. I never, apart from sort of the personal reasons why I don't do that, I've never really seen the value of doing that. It's never made much sense to me, and almost makes me feel, because I'll never back against Chelsea, almost makes me feel I'm sort of disrespecting the other club.
Sure.
Malmo is not Chelsea's quality. That's real. And just like with most games that we will play this season, it's all down to us, our attitude, our performance, what we do on the day. So we should have too much for them. The scoreline, I don't know, but I just think we should have too much for them. We should be able to navigate that game and make sure we get a very, very much needed win to be able to progress to the next stage of the Champions League.
Bobby, do you have a couple of minutes? I wanted to address one question that I've just seen in the chat.
Sure.
It's addressed to you. Simon McCready is asking, does Ziyech deserve to start tomorrow? In your opinion?
Well, we've spoken about this. I think Ziyech played quite well against Newcastle. He was unlucky not to score, and there was a chance he missed, which showed a little bit of rustiness. I don't know. Ziyech has been up and down. He has been inconsistent, and I still remember the thing that Mo said, that maybe what he needs is perhaps another crack at the whip to get him firing. The only concern I have tomorrow is that it's going to be physical.
Yes.
It's going to be meaty, and he will be a target because of the sort of player he is. So I just hope he has learnt to be to deal with physicality. Sometimes it's not always the big physical players that can deal with these situations. We've had many a smallish player. I mean, look at Kante. There's nothing of him, but you're never scared of Kante being in a physical game. Somewhat slender players. They have a way that I remember Dennis Bergkamp. My goodness me, he had some spite in him. Dennis will get into some physical conflicts. There's nothing of him, but he'll come out on top because he knew how to.
Talking about Dennis's, do you remember Dennis Wise?
Yeah, there you go.
He wasn't big, but he'd get about.
Yeah, it's about knowing how to take care of yourself. I haven't seen that yet in Hakim Ziyech. I haven't seen, a little spiteful dig, or, he sets his body such that when the defender comes at him, he meets an elbow, or, meets the end of his boot. There's just something like that will get a player thinking twice about coming to kick him. That's what I'm looking for with him, because you're going to be in a battle. You play for Chelsea and you're going to have to fight for it. If you don't fight for it for your place, the opposition will make you fight for it on the pitch.
True.
So that's my only concern. But he's a big boy. He's a 28-year-old man. He's not a baby. He knows where he is, and he's got to learn. So would I play him tomorrow? Yes, I would.
All right, fantastic. Bobby, as always, a pleasure to have you on. Will you be able to come onto the watch along? Would you be available?
To be honest, it's a bit early for me. It really depends on how my schedule pans out. But definitely, if it pans out well and I'm home in time, definitely I'll be there. But I'll definitely be able to catch you at least for the post-match.
Sure. Fantastic, Bobby. Bobby,
Thanks
have a great
me.
night, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. No, it's my pleasure, Bobby. It's my pleasure. Take care.
Thanks, you guys. Good night.
Good night, Bobby. People in the chat, we actually did manage to hit 100 likes, which is fantastic. We got 102 likes. Anybody who hasn't hit the like button yet, you can always do it now. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to us. A lot of you guys watching these streams don't subscribe, but having that number in the subscription tally does help. So consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Big up to Abdul B. Big up to CFC Stephen, Eric, Simon, Javi, and everybody who's in the chat. MC, IG, Jack Zeldon. Jack, it's been a while. I haven't seen you for a while. The Chelsea boy, Kicklux. Big up to everyone. Listen, guys, I gotta go. I will see you tomorrow for a watch along. We'll be streaming 1 hour before kickoff to discuss the lineup, and we'll take it from there. Have a good night, lads. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.